What's happening, everyone? It's Adam here. Just before we start this week's episode, I want to remind you that we do an extra episode of this stuff every single week exclusively on Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it is a way for you to financially support this podcast while getting some benefits for yourself. We start at £3 a month and we go all the way up to £10 a month. The more money you give us, the more benefits you get. But even if you only sign up at patreon.com/haveawordpod for just £3 a month, which is the price of a fancy coffee or a pint of lager or whatever, you'll get an extra episode every single week. You get early access to all the public episodes. You get access to the Patreon exclusives like the Lockdown Lock-In, where we get absolutely hammered in this room with special guests. And you also get access to the entire back catalogue of Patreon content, which we've been doing for nearly a year now. There's hours upon hours of the naughtiest content we ever put out. We go a little bit further on the Patreon episodes with a little bit more personal. Shit gets spicy. Go sign up now at patreon.com/haveawordpod.
Hello, Father. Here I am at Camp Granada.
Doesn't watch The Simpsons.
What's that?
It's just been banging around my head. I have had some of the weirdest fucking tunes banging around my head recently, and that's one of them. Hello, Mother. And also, it's amazing how you... Fucking awful, the jukebox in my head.
I followed a girl on Instagram because she came up. I was just watching some reels, which is, as we know, is their like Instagram's version of TikTok, I suppose. Her name is Natalie Burdick, and she just does these like these weirdly like catchy comedy songs, like like Tom Taylor, who's a comic on the UK circuit who does very short, funny songs.
Little ditties.
Well, she's doing that, but like you can't get them out your head, and they're all sort of in this style. So have a little listen.
Did you know that in space you could be into a vacuum hose and it's sucked through a tank and it flies past the window and it freezes up there.
I love it.
There isn't any air.
Is that what's been banging around your head?
Shivering pea floats by like snowflakes in the sky.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it getting retweets and likes, but it's not necessarily what you want stuck in your fucking mind.
Oh no, and the Taco Bell one.
Does Taco Bell always get rid of their nacho fries?
It always bums me out when I'm sitting in the drive-thru line and I see they've taken down the sign.
Let's give her some love. What's she?
I know it's just a
Marketing scheme, but I don't know why you gotta be so mean.
Watch him start watching the live versions of it and knowing every word.
Yeah.
Adam's obsessive nature.
You think there's going to be a live version of that?
Yeah.
Glastonbury.
Adam driving back from Blackpool, missing a junction and ended up in Stoke because he's watching the Taco Bell Instagram girl.
Her name is Natalie Burdick. B-U-R. Dick.
Yeah. That's how you remember it. So that's what's been in your head.
Yeah.
Hello, mother. Hello, father.
You are getting off The Simpsons, aren't you?
Yeah, I think that's where.
It's from the episode when Bart robs from the store.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys, if you're watching it in order. I mean, you are 28 years behind fucking.
I might start The Simpsons from the start. I've been thinking it. Watch it in order.
Yeah, don't do that. Start from season 2 or 3.
I usually start about 3, yeah.
One's a bit scratchy in it.
There's some classics, like the Christmas one's a classic from season 1.
But that's the first episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a classic.
Yeah, it is a classic, but if it was in season 9, it wouldn't be a classic.
No,
it's just the first. Yeah, it's the
I think it peaks about season 11.
And
how many is there?
And there's about 40. It's
going?
fucking ridiculous. In 2002, they should have taken The Simpsons round the back like Old Yeller and shot it in the fucking head because it was done.
The Simpsons is like Yellow Coronation Street, then, isn't it? They're just.
Yeah, I don't think Coronation Street ever hit the heights that Simpsons did for me. But they tried. Matt Groening tried to, didn't he? Matt Groening tried to say.
Matt what?
I don't.
Isn't it Groening?
No, it's
No, it's
Groening.
Groening.
Is it?
It's spelled Groening.
Yeah. We'll just say it like that then.
Good stop. Is it a gilet or a gillet? Depends if you want to look like a retard. Or is it retard? Or tard.
It's actually person with special needs.
All right.
You don't say retard anymore.
Do you not?
It's very offensive to the
I know
retarded community.
It's upsetting for you, isn't it?
To the what?
To the retarded community.
It's a joke. He did a little joke there, Carl.
Yeah.
But Matt Groening actually asked to end it, and Fox were like, no, because it makes us $15 million an episode, so why don't you just keep making it? And he was like, but I don't want to make it. And he was like, okay, well, why don't we give you this much fucking money every episode? And they were like, oh, all right.
We've been in talks with 20th Century Fox about them buying Have a Word. You know about that? I know we haven't really told our listeners about that yet.
No. I mean, a lot of people thought it'd be Spotify, but randomly it was a major film and television distributor. They were going to get into podcasting.
Yeah, because
UK Runcorn-based podcasting. Because Murdoch, he's fucking wily like that.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, let's say,
Fox.
Let's
Fox,
say
yeah. I saw the
Fox.
email. It was yesterday.
20th Century Fox.
20th Century Fox, owned by Murdoch.
Yeah.
Who owns The Sun.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, it's not owned by... We didn't get the email from him, though. On the email, it said he's about to sell it to someone who doesn't own...
I got him in the weeds on that one. Sorry,
Yeah.
I know. It's all right.
Is it Gerard buying it?
Gerard's buying it, yeah.
Stephen Gerrard's buying 21st Century Fox.
20th.
20. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. That's a Futurama thing as well.
Yeah.
Right, get us on the rails. What are you on about?
Yeah, so we got an email yesterday, me and Carl. We deleted it before you seen it.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because we didn't want you getting too excited.
No.
With the baby on the way.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
totally.
What,
in case my waters break? I know I've put on weight.
With the surgery you've got to have on your thing.
On my dick.
Yeah.
To sew it back in because it's never been used again.
Yeah.
And now I've had that in writing from my wife.
Yeah. So we don't get too excited, but I'm telling you now.
Okay.
Because we can monetize your
Surprise!
Excitement. Bit of party popper. So 20th Century Fox got in touch and basically they said they want to buy this off us.
Yeah.
They're not going to give us any money up front, but it's going to be great exposure. They're going to get us an interview in the Daily Sport.
Right.
Yeah.
Next to some
But obviously if it grows,
medical tits.
if we drain the swamp dry of humour and we're just sat here looking at each other like, I fucking hate this cunt and he's not funny.
I mean, we're getting close. It's pretty obvious we're getting close. If that happens.
Yeah. How much would they have to offer per month for us to keep going? $2,000?
It depends who it's for. So if Spotify come along, you'd be like, I don't think my price is dead high to go with an exclusivity deal and a cool sort of, they're not a broadcaster, but it's the sort of modern equivalent, isn't it? 20th Century Fox, I'd be slightly dubious. Like if Channel 5 came up with like, hello, we think your podcast is very good. We're Channel 5 and we want to buy it and we want it to be a Channel 5 podcast. I'd be like, oh, I don't trust you because you're, what do you call the community? Retarded. Yeah. So, yeah. At Fox, 20th Century
We could go
Fox.
on between Neighbours and Home and Away, though. Home and Away. Have a word. Neighbours.
Let me be the nut. So yeah, at 20th Century Fox, I'd be interested to see. But I love it how you in your head were like, no money up front. I think I'd like a little bit. Matt Groening was like, I don't want to do it anymore. And they went, what about $15 million an episode? And he was like, all right. Adam Rowe, yeah, good exposure that. Daily Sport seems legit.
I'm just wondering, what would it take for us to sell out? Because we've spoke privately about this, because, this thing has been doing well, and we've had the odd whisper from the odd production company who said, we really like what you're doing, and we'd really love to come in and ruin it.
We could really see you somewhere else without us putting any money behind it just now. But we want to blow some smoke up your arse and then do very little about it. How do you feel about that, guys? Suspicious.
But, let's say a big company, let's say there was a comedy channel called the Centre of Comedy or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And it's channel 117
on
Virgin.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Doesn't
right?
he get fucked? He fucks himself with the details. He's like, it's on 117. It's the Centre of Comedy.
That's because that's Comedy Central's number on Virgin Media.
Oh, right.
Doing a joke.
I didn't know what he was talking about. You've ruined that. I bought that.
What?
I thought he just made something up.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you were just getting lost in the weeds again.
No, I was doing jokes that you didn't get because you're not on my level.
Again, it's just a pleasure to witness such a high-level broadcaster.
So let's say the centre of comedy, new channel.
Right.
So it's
Do you
over.
think they'd be on a different number then?
No, because Comedy Central's dead, mate.
Oh, right. Okay,
Uh,
good. Could have just been Comedy Central. Now we're seeing that high level joke. It could have been Comedy Central. Go on.
So they come in and they go, right, we want to have a word, a late night Comedy Central show. You'll have to stop doing the pod, but you get to do one a week. It won't be series. It'll be like a permanent fixture, like Match of the Day. Right?
Can I stop you there?
Yeah.
I'm not stopping the pod.
Right.
If one of these guys comes in
10
and
million.
starts what? Yeah, I'm stopping the pod. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know we're doing that. I didn't even know we're doing that.
That's what I'm trying to...
People at Comedy Central are like, fuck me, we got a new sponsor.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering what would your price be for it to stop the pod and we just do once a week on Comedy Central? Yeah.
I don't want to fucking ruin the pod. They can, if someone comes in and starts, they can buy the brand and let us do a TV version of it.
Yeah.
But they're not messing with the original. I'm very wary of having something that's gone so well and is so much fun and is now paying all my fucking bills at a time when comics are working in Iceland. I'm very wary of fucking with what we do. And however many levels it goes to and however many more people watch or become patrons, we've said this, you just got to keep it in the room. It's got to be like mates chatting. Like on the very first pilot that we did a year and a bit ago, we said, if we talk to each other and it's interesting and funny, if we make each other laugh, it'll work. And that's what we've got to keep simple. I like the idea of someone coming in and going, we see it as this and maybe we could do some production of that. But if they ban us from doing the original thing, I think that we're screwed.
Yeah.
I think that a TV company, God bless Comedy Central, they do some great work. And I see some stuff on the internet about Comedy Central, like, oh my God, fucking Schultz, is it Akash? Absolutely hounded them, didn't they?
Yeah.
When they heard there might have been some jobs gone at the American HQ. But I actually enjoy a lot of what Comedy Central do. But they can't fuck up.
And I will work for them again.
Yeah, but they can't fuck up the thing.
Yeah.
Because we made it.
My question is, what is your price for them to do that?
They haven't got the money to. They haven't got the money.
So if they gave us a quarter of a million each, you'd say no?
Yeah. Well, you'd have a consideration, wouldn't you? But is this company worth more in the next 5 years than $250,000 each? Because if they take it and then sneaky lawyers, they've got the rights. Because let's be honest, we're not details guys, really, are we? No. So they're like, oh shit, that didn't work, did it?
Finn the contract.
Episode.
Have a look over that, lad.
Finn, yeah.
I've got to go. I've got a fucking table at Nando's in an hour.
Finn. You've got coffee on the fucking contract. I'm sure it's sound. 4 episodes later, Comedy Central own Have a Word and we're not involved. There's a disabled woman and Eshan Akbar hosting. Should have read the fucking contract, lads. Fucking hell, Finn.
Yeah. I think we've just got to stay doing it in this cupboard in Runcorn, haven't we?
See, that joke, it's not going to be allowed on Comedy Central, is it? So let's keep it in the place where we get to do that joke. However, I like the idea of someone coming and doing the exclusivity, like 3 shots of tequila have got. I think that's sound because that means that someone's gone, we rate you, we want to help you get bigger, but we think your brand should just be on our station or app or whatever. And as long as all of the people that listen to it now can still get that for the price that we've got it free or Patreon, then yeah, I'd be into that.
Where do your models stop at that though? Like what company? Do you know what I mean? Like, let's say a new app comes out and it's run by ISIS, right?
Yeah.
What's it called?
ISIS Podcasts.
It's called Halala Word. It's time to Halala Word with Ahmed and Dave. Starting jihad.
You've already got the ad. But would you go on ISIS's streaming network?
No, I think it might be quite damaging to my fan base. I don't know.
I don't reckon it would be, you know.
Do you not? I think it would be noteworthy.
Yeah,
I would go on theirs before I went on one for the newspaper we don't talk of.
It would be a really unusual move. Really?
100%.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
100%. Yeah. I mean, what
Like if it came to a choice between the two, I'm not saying I would jump at the opportunity to board the ISIS boat, but like if it was like, look, it either stops or we go with or ISIS, then
I have to give it.
Listen, lads, we got a new producer in. He's a bit grumpy, but he's very good at video messages. He's done them for years.
yeah.
We're thinking, get out of the studio, get into a cave, just north of Islamabad.
That'd be sick. You'd all.
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it.
it'd be sick. I'd love to go to northern
If ISIS
Pakistan,
said to
southern
you-
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Made up a new country that just
Yeah,
sounded
yeah,
vaguely
yeah.
Arab.
It's smart though because there's no racism. It's not real.
Yeah. I fucking hate Afghanis.
If ISIS said they wanted 6 months of you doing podcasts, so they got big in the West again for 5
Yeah.
mil.
I mean, yeah.
What do we have to put ISIS propaganda on it? Like Death to the West? Or are we trying to rebuild their image? So is it like sort of, hey, like after World War II when Germany were like, we're not Nazis anymore. You know, we've got water parks and that now.
And now the
right?
sound.
Is that what ISIS?
That's a direct quote. That's a direct quote. I don't read your history, guys. 1946, Germany. Can't decide if it was East or West. Probably West. We're like, lads, we're not fucking Nazis anymore. We've got water parks with sound.
Yeah. If ISIS were trying to do that, they've got a new manager. He's built up, like he's worked for...
They've got a new manager?
New manager, yeah.
Sam Allardyce has come in.
Yeah. Because ISIS have been on the ropes.
Yeah, and
they've been lower it, and they just need, you know...
They need stability.
They don't want to go the way Al Qaeda did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Al Qaeda, one hit
Like
wonder,
Portsmouth.
really. You know what I mean?
Al Qaeda are definitely like Portsmouth, aren't they? Yeah.
They want to be more like.
They won a cup, now they're in administration.
Yeah. They want to be
Right
like
there.
Wolves who came up strong. They want Allardyce in.
Weird analogy. But yes.
So
right. So
ISIS got a new manager,
Right.
and they come to us and they go, look, pod's flying. You're doing well.
in that accent.
I bought me... Oh, look!
The new manager of ISIS is from West Derby. It's fucking flying. Lad.
Jihadi Jeff?
My name is Hassam Lad a la fucking purple bin. Right. Hassam Lad a la fucking purple bin. Right. And I'm the new manager of fucking ISIS. Right.
No, but, right, they come to us and they go, podcast flying, doing very well.
It's doing well in Russia.
Very, very good. I am Muslim. From
I don't know how to do an ISIS accent.
There isn't one. They're all wrong, but that's more wrong. Hello, my name.
Podcast flying!
Oh my god, that's Dracula with throat cancer. Give him some fucking morphine.
They come to us and they go, look, right, we've done some bad things, you know, all the terrorism and the murder and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
yeah.
we're very aware that, you know, we've got sponsors, you know, this company makes money and we want to keep it that way. We want to stop the murder and that. We want to have a word to promote our new ideology, which is peace all over the world.
Yeah.
But like with just a little bit of Islam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we want to use
Like 10% creative control.
Yeah, no, like they just want, like, you know, when we have ad breaks, we have 3 ad breaks per episode, don't we?
Yeah.
They want to like double the size of those ad breaks, but they get an extra bit in each one for us to promote their stuff.
So you're going to do an ad read for ISIS?
Yeah.
Can you give me a flavour?
Yeah. Let me just get out of the way. Add him into the middle.
Can you just give me
I can't. Luckily, I'm not good at ad reads.
Okay.
So, as you'll know from the episode, if you're just watching, just throughout this episode, Adam's done the new 4K ad reads. I am a spanner when it comes to ad reads. I can read it. I can read the paragraph, and then I'm like, guys, beer 52 is for beer, and then I'm out But it's worked out really well because now Adam is about to do a fake 4K advert read for ISIS.
So let's treat it like
Oh,
a normal
baby, I
production.
hear that. Right, can I just say what you said before? You were like, you know, because of Islam and stuff. I'd separate ISIS from Islam. You know, because they're fundamentalist terrorists.
Yeah, but
there's a load of Muslims are like, they're cunts. They're not.
They are, but they still, their ideas are still based from Islamic scripture, aren't they?
Right, yeah.
They still think they're Muslims.
Let's separate them.
Yeah, but for the banter, let's separate it.
It's the same way that, like, you know, Liverpool fans don't like lads who wear the home shirt to the match, but the people who do wear the home shirt to the match, they still consider themselves Liverpool fans.
It's just like that. I say it's exactly like that, you know, but with more death and torture.
Like ISIS are wolves, aren't they?
Yeah, but you got to remember this is a new message from them. So, what's happening, guys? This week's episode is brought to you
with what's happening, guys. I go infidels. What's happening, infidels? Go on.
No, because they're not doing that anymore.
Oh, they're changing.
New ideology.
All on you, baby.
What's happening, guys? This week's episode is brought to you by the under new management ISIS. Now,
go on.
It's very hard for me to do an advert while you're sat there.
Oh, you actually wanted me to move? Right.
No, you stay exactly where you are, but shut up. What's happening, guys? This week's episode is brought to you by the under new management ISIS. Now, they've been terrorists before, but now they're preaching unity. They don't want death to the West anymore. Life in the West, but don't have a bacon butty. Let's get back to the pod. See, 10%.
Oh, so this is just for your career. Just thought it'd be apt.
Yeah, there you go. Just a little bit. Would you ever convert to Islam?
That hat makes it look like he would.
After that advert, I'm thinking about it.
Like, if they sort of toned down their...
Nah, I'm all right.
But what if, like, they...
I don't want to convert to fucking United Reformism, you know what I mean? If I'm not...
What's that?
Well, it's just a shit church of the, you know, it's a Christian church, isn't it? I don't want to convert to, like, the Church of England, so no on Islam. Why? Just because I'm not into organised religion.
I would, if it just shut them up for a bit.
Yeah. Why? Because do you think that would shut them up if you converted to Islam?
Yeah. Like Liverpool fans wanting a centre half. The Islams want Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want a podcaster. You know, I could host their whole network. I could introduce the beheading videos.
Oh, mate, again, it's the Islam and the ISIS thing.
No, I mean for them. Do you know what I mean? They're the ones recruiting me. Their sect of it.
You've really got to separate those two things in your mind and on the pod. You can't be like, would you convert to Islam? You know, because of the beheading. Shut the fuck up.
No, okay. Would you join ISIS is what I mean.
What?
Would you join ISIS
right,
is what I
good.
mean. Yeah.
Okay, now that's actually made me blush.
And Finn.
I love that 100 and odd episodes in, I've found something that can make Dan nervous.
No,
considering the amount of shit we've said.
I know, but it's the way like the Islam Muslims are not that. And I
no, they're not.
I know,
and I'm not saying they are.
I know, but you kind of did, Adam.
No, it's like, you know, the way, like,
here we go.
Not all Leave voters are racist, but all racists voted Leave.
Right.
Not all.
Oh God! Please be
Don't
careful.
say this next line.
Just please be
don't say
careful. Let's pretend it's bullshit. Go on.
Not all Muslims behead people in the name of Islam.
Yeah.
But everyone who beheads people in the name of Islam consider themselves a Muslim. Is that not right? Is that not right? You tell me I'm wrong. Go on, tell me.
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
I mean, yeah. You're right, but you didn't have to be.
Yeah, but
yeah.
If it goes to VAR, I'm on side.
Have we forgot this is a public episode?
I think we might have. Fucking hell. It was already dodgy, and then it was weirdly like, would you convert to Islam? You're like...
Would you...
Channel 5, though, I'd be up for that. After this conversation, now that ISIS have been on the table, I think Channel 5 would be like, we can put you on a little bit really good. I'd be up for that.
Do you know what I was wondering? What is your favourite colour?
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get it back on track.
Trying to meek and mild it. I spoke to my granddad yesterday. I speak to him every day because he doesn't want to pay for carers anymore, which is a bold move when you're 95 and you need carers. So
I don't think I'll need carers.
At the start of the lockdown, that bullshit one in November, he was like, oh, I don't want to pay for these carers anymore. So because of COVID, we're going to cancel them. and my dad went along with him. So I ring him every morning, and it's painful. Like, I love him. He's my granddad, but he's 95. And every morning we have to have a conversation where he's like, hello. I'm like, you all right? Basically, what's not being said is, have you died in the night? And he's like, no, I've not died in the night. And we could just leave it there. But it happens to be like, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. Bit bored, isn't it? Did you see the United result? Oh, Preston North End. And he is, for some reason, just clocked on to me earning a living from podcasting. Mm-hmm. And we talk for like 2 minutes every morning. And then yesterday, he started asking about podcasting, and we talked for 17 minutes. And it was the weirdest conversation as I explained what YouTube and podcasting was to a 95-year-old who sold oil from the point of like after the Second World War right through to like the late 80s.
Has he got bank, your granddad?
No, he's not a sheikh. A sheikh? A sheikh. A sheikh.
Chic.
Yeah, he hasn't got like a well in his garden. Do you not know my granddad lives in Kuwait?
So what did he work at? An Esso garage?
He just was an oil salesman. Like went around the northwest,
Like chip hands and that.
Selling oil to garages and stuff. Yeah, he sold chip pan oil. And I had to explain.
Veggie-Lite.
Yeah, I had to explain to a really old dude that we sit here and make our living talking bullshit and put it on the internet. And he was like, so how does it? I don't understand. You put it on the computer, and then from the computer it goes on to, like, yeah, YouTube. It's like a channel. So you watch it on the television. I was like, no, but it's like that. And then in the end, he was like,
you do watch it on the television?
Yeah, you do. But
Yeah.
he means a TV channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have had to explain smart TVs to a 95-year-old, and that's not going to fucking happen, is it?
No.
And then in the end, it just got down to, and how often do you do it? I was like, 2 afternoons a week. And he paused, and I could hear in that pause, he wanted to say, fuck off. It was this amazing moment where he worked his balls off, served in the Navy, spent a fucking age in his life working his dick off. And then I'm here in a pandemic talking to my Scouse mate on a fucking YouTube show that he doesn't understand for 2 afternoons a week, doing perfectly well.
Yeah.
Beautiful moment where I could tell he wanted to just be like, fuck off.
Do you want to get him on as a guest?
Oh, that would be quite painful.
Did he? He's not a vet, does he know? He didn't go to the war.
He was
I mean, a veteran, not like a veterinarian.
He was 16 when the war.
Is that a conscription then? Oh, when
Hang
it
on.
ended.
Hang on. When did it end?
What was he, 95?
He's 95, so he was. How old was he when he would have been 15?
He was born in 1926.
So he'd been, yeah. So how old would he have been? 19,
Yeah, so
18.
He'd have been old enough for conscription then.
Yeah.
Was he a conscientious objector?
No, he wasn't. He just didn't go. Just didn't get deployed. He was in the Navy for 2 years, just never got deployed. And then after the war, they sort of like went down the gears with all the armed forces. And he spent some time in like Scotland in the Firth of Forth, but he never saw any action. And his brothers were in the war.
Do you know?
They were dying to go.
If
It's just too young, basically.
If World War kicked off now, I'm not talking like sort of a bullshit fucking Iraq where, you know, we sort of get strong-armed and to go. And I'm talking, there's a genuine malevolent, like Hitler-esque
China
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be China, isn't it? Let's be
Right.
honest.
And it kicks off and we all get fucking, you know, we all get picked. You know, they do captains and we all get picked and
Yeah,
we're all
that's
going
how
to
it
war.
happened back in the day.
Yeah, right?
Used to be numbers, didn't it?
So
It sort of was.
they pick you.
Like in Vietnam,
literally was,
they televised the draft. Like the most. They really did. They televised the draft.
Oh,
what
yeah.
they call it.
Yeah, in my head, I'm like the
Like the
NBA.
NFL draft.
Oh, the NFL, yeah.
Yeah. Got a shirt. It's great to be part of this organisation.
With the first pick of the 1970 Vietnam draft, the 8th Infantry pick Trayvon.
But they pick you, right? We all get picked. But the way it's working this time
How
round,
depressing was that? Rummaging like, and who else is fucked?
but you get to pick what you do.
Right.
So, because none of us are qualified, we haven't been trained. We're going to war next week. So it's like, Dan,
Yeah.
do you want a tank, a machine gun, a grenade?
Yeah. Right. I'm really good at admin. I think I could be one of those guys.
No.
Nah, come on. I'm in the emails. I'm sorting the
You know
prep
what? Yeah,
out.
we will need that actually.
Thank you. Okay, it's not front line, but
It
it's
could be like
essential.
we could do the Robin Williams thing from Good Morning Vietnam. We can do the radio show.
Adam's on the front line and he needs another machine gun. Let me order that
I'm telling you
from
right
Amazon.
now, I'm getting a bazooka.
Right.
Frontline bazooka.
How long are you lasting?
We'll win.
So you're on the front line with a bazooka and you don't die.
I don't think so.
Are you fighting for ISIS again? Because front line and bazooka sounds like you're really there in the full
Whose
guard.
side do you think ISIS are going to be on in that war? Do you know, like if it's World War, are ISIS going to join us or are they going to be with the Chinese?
I think they'll be conscientious objectors. We're like, we'll just hang back and see who gets tired first.
And then they'll just
What would you pick, Carl?
I'm a sniper.
Sniper.
Right, so the problem is with the question is you've done, if it kicked off now, what would you do? What you would do is stay home and hope that they didn't drop a nuclear bomb on your fucking head. But if it was 1940, say 1939, and that World War was kicking off, what would you do? Because that's what you mean, isn't it? Like in the army or whatever. Because there isn't, you're never going to get national national conscription again, because it's just not needed, because they've just got nuclear warheads.
No, but they
and
won't
they're like,
use nuclear warheads, will they?
Oh, what? Just for a laugh?
No, because they won't. Because if one country fires a nuke, then the other... If one country fires a nuke, like, it could be the end of civilization. Because
Yeah.
every other country will fire theirs.
Yeah. So why have we got them?
As a deterrent.
Right.
That is the actual answer, though, isn't it? I'm not
Yeah,
talking
it
shit.
is. But if in a world war, it would show a lot of constraint, wouldn't it, from China and Russia, who are really sound. They're dead nice people, so they definitely show that restraint.
No, but, like, they know they can't press it because then they'll get wiped out as well.
See, I think there's people in control above governments anyway, so I don't think they'd be allowed.
Okay, cool. Let's keep it on the...
No, genuinely, I don't think Donald Trump had the ability to go, eh.
He did, though.
How do you... I don't think... I
Well,
don't
so
think it's in
Putin
films.
doesn't. You think there's a power above Putin?
Yeah.
I think you're mad. Like...
He's just put the leader of the opposition in jail in Russia, hasn't he?
It's going to be them cunts. And I don't think they're going to show that sort of restraint.
But they've got to, haven't they? Because if they fire theirs, we will fire ours.
Yeah, totally.
And everyone will die.
So they're going to be like, listen, we're at war. China, Russia, stick fucking Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram and ISIS. Hang back, lads. Have a fucking day off. It's nice and warm where you are. Sunbathe.
I can't hear the word Boko Haram without thinking of a really nice curry house. It sounds like it belongs on a menu, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It really does, though.
Next to the Karai chicken.
Yeah. Chicken madras.
I don't think
Lambuna.
just because they can't
Boko Haram.
fucking kill each other with nukes, they're not going to be like, right, let's get Adam Rowe a bazooka. Let's get all the UK comics with some sort of weaponry. Fuck, get Freddie out of Iceland. He's not teaching anymore.
Get him into ISIS.
Yeah.
From Iceland to ISIS.
And he's
That is the fucking name of his Edinburgh show
And
the
he's-
year after it.
And he's already got the fucking beard.
Would you have a nuclear bazooka then?
No. Just be firing like fucking Roman candles and that, do you know what I mean? Just like little... But like, I would want, like if I could pick, I want a bazooka or a tank.
Your bazooka's such a shit weapon though,
You're
isn't it?
so dead, so quick.
You're literally like, well, right, with this situation needs a bazooka. Here comes Adam, like, eh? Fucking Gerard! You've missed. See you, lads. Have a good one.
No, but they'd give me like an assistant who reloads it for me. They'd have to. Take Finn.
Finn, yeah.
Finn can
could go.
fucking put me fucking rockets in me bazooka.
Where's the bazooka intern? Not getting paid enough fucking money. Will you subtitle that fucking bazooka? Come on, Finn. Ah, come on.
Well, is he intern still?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to. You're not going to war as an intern.
No. I think he's probably been given a role there, hasn't he?
But like, I was genuinely wondering if we did get conscribed.
Conscribed?
Conscription?
If you got inscribed. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you want to do?
But
But you are fighting. So
don't want to be on a ship. Don't trust the sea. Don't like it. I'd rather be blown up.
respect the sea.
I'd rather be blown up in a field than hear
whoop whoop.
This is the sound of the
then-
police.
What the party boat going past?
It's cold.
What's
Carnival. You're at war and there's a fucking boat full of 18 to 30s with fucking Snoop Dogg.
Why did you sing that?
it's just a
That was meant to be an alarm.
It's the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop.
be shot by the police.
So you're in the field. Do you want to drive a tank?
Can I be Air Forcey? I was an Air Scout after all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
I
can.
can't fly,
Yeah. So what are you?
but I could paint really nice murals.
So what are you?
On
No,
a
you've
plane.
got to. You're in action. So are you flying the plane? Are you controlling the gun? Do people do separate jobs, or do you have to control your own gun? while
Oh,
you're firing
I'd
it?
love to be a little gunner, a little bummer gunner.
On the side of like a big
Yes, on the
fucking-
back with the little,
Yeah.
you know, with the little like
On the back of
planes.
the plane.
Yeah, it could be one of those tail gunners, like da 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 da, fuck off, da 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 da. Yeah, da, da, da.
So that's what you pick.
I'd do that on the motorway sometimes. You not do that. Pretend you've got a machine gun when someone's just like, I'm in the second overtaking lane, but I'm doing 72 miles an hour. I'm already speeding. Oh, should I go faster? And you wish you had machine guns to be like, yeah, fuck off.
If I wasn't a sniper, I'd probably just be hand to hand.
Hand to hand.
Yeah.
So you're running into no man's land for a scrap.
Just bang
Let's
them.
have it.
You'd hope they go all right and drop their weapons.
Be a man.
But that's
Yeah.
that's how war works with Adam. Hey, I know we've got nukes, but you don't use them, we don't use them. In fact, you know, we've got bazookas. Let's leave them off. Like, all right, no knives. Let's just go and have a massive scrap round the fucking back of the bike sheds.
That'd be well better, wouldn't it?
Be fucking. Imagine.
Did Carl genuinely say in the war he'd like to be just twat someone? Like a fucking gypsy boxer? Just
Well, the
turning
army
up?
do have boxing, don't they? You can be a boxer in the army. You can box for the army.
Yes, you can. Not in battle, though. Like, fucking hell, these guns aren't working. Get Carl.
Exactly.
Fucking idiot. You can box for the army.
Well, you need to know how to box in case your gun runs out of ammo.
Yeah. You can't have bayonets anymore. They're illegal. I
It's just so much nonsense. It's so much nonsense.
just
But at least we're not besmirching the second biggest religion in the world. Carry on.
And Islam number 2.
I think they might be number 1.
Yeah, they're defo number 1.
Have you boffed?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. It's racially insensitive and nasally insensitive. Here on Have a Word.
But yeah, I really, really would like to
I think you
drive a
should
tank.
use that fart on the front line. I think that should be your
Chemical
weapon.
warfare.
Chemical warfare. Never mind a bazooka. They'll just fucking roll Adam out full of fucking panini that he had for lunch. Bend him over. Yeah.
It would at least distract them, and then you can come past in your plane. Da, 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 da.
It would definitely distract
And then as they're all lying there dead, Carl can come in and fucking punch their head in, so they're definitely dead. And Finn,
pleasure.
Finn,
Can you understand why
edit the video of it all.
why my granddad is a little bit confused about how I'm paying the bills?
do you reckon World War III will be live streamed? Do you reckon you'll be able to watch it? Like, they'll put GoPros on the tanks and that. You know what I mean? Twitch.
Yeah.
Becoming a very popular platform for streaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I reckon the armies are going to start hiring Twitch and YouTubers to film it all. And then we won't need, you know, like there's loads of World War II documentaries where they've got to put like reenactments and that together. There'll just be good raw footage.
Well, that does exist. Obama watched Bin Laden get shot, didn't he?
He did, yeah. It was streamed to him, but do you reckon you'll be able to stream it as the public? Yeah. Is what I'm asking.
I've seen what all the SEALs who were involved have all got a different recollection of the story that makes them the protagonist. So they all tell a story of like, yeah, I went in and I shot him and yeah, and each SEAL's got a different story, making them the hero. They've all been interviewed separately.
Yeah.
Mad,
That would definitely happen to you.
Yeah.
You definitely remember it as like, Bin Laden was there, SEAL Team 6 came in, Adam went first, Jared! Got his dick out. I just remember beating him to death with my dick. And it would have been quicker if I hadn't have had a medical dick reduction when I was 9. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Do you reckon you could have smashed Bin Laden's head in? Like one-on-one? I reckon I could have battered him because he was probably an old frail man, wasn't
He's
he?
a big guy.
6'4".
But imagine how satisfying that would have been to punch the head in of Bin Laden and get to say that you did it. Do you know what I mean? Like, because even though he's an old man, it would still seem like a big deal that you battered Bin Laden.
He wasn't that old.
No. Who's you reckon would in a fight? Bin Laden or Raymond Holmes?
Good question. Looking forward to the Have a Word pub quiz. When are we doing that, by the way?
It'll be the end of this month. It needs a lot of...
It'll be released at the end of the month, yeah.
Needs a
Probably
lot of
film it the week
preparation.
before. Yeah.
Needs a lot of prep.
Exclusively on patreon.com/haveawordpod.
We need to get it done quicker than that. We don't need to do end of the month. We need to do middle of the month. How much prep do you need?
A lot. I've got a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
All right.
Talk
We're
about
on it.
today.
We're on it. We're on
Post
it.
record.
Let's have a little break and we'll be back with more of this bullshit.
What's happening, everyone? We are thrilled to tell you that this podcast is sponsored and brought to you by bettinggods.com. If you're like me and you like a little bit of a gamble on the sports stuff, anything from horse racing to footy, ice hockey, any sport you like gambling on, head over to bettinggods.com. They'll give you a load of free tips to help you beat the bookies. If you go over there, they've got some of the best tipsters in the game. They'll help you pick some winners. Go and do that now. Help support our sponsors. That's bettinggods.com. See you in a bit. Let's get back to the podcast. Guess who's back again, again from the break. Gotta drink. Guess who's back? Innocent smoothies. They don't have to give you a little bit of a kick, you know.
Full of fucking sugar, lad.
No, full of fruit.
Yeah. And sugar.
Strawberry, cherry, apple, guarana,
Guarana.
and flax seeds with vitamins.
Nice. And sugar. Oh, yeah.
There's only 30 grams of sugar.
Wow. Incredible. It's probably that flaxseed that's giving you that boost. Isn't it? You know when you get that rush and you feel a bit like, hey, loads of energy? It's that flaxseed kicking in. You know, as your body knows exactly what to do with 30 grams of sugar all at once. Go blind in one eye, get the judders, ready to pot. So you give some great advice.
I do.
Got some
By the way, I know-
genuine,
I know we get a lot of emails asking for advice and stuff.
especially when I ask for them to email in with the, seeking
I'm just
advice.
like, I want you to know I'm here for you as well.
Yeah, I don't feel that.
Like if you ever need to ring me, you got a problem at
I
Laura.
rang you the other day.
Uh-huh.
I let it ring out. 5 minutes later,
Yeah.
on WhatsApp, you went, "What's up?"
Uh-huh.
You weren't there for me.
Yeah, but that's because I was busy.
I needed to speak to you.
Yeah, but like, if I'm ever available,
Yeah,
I'm willing to use that time to help you out with your problems as well.
right.
It's not just the listeners. I
But
care
I've
about
s-
you as much as I care about them.
But I've seen the advice you give, so
yeah, but
I might.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Carl will tell you, like, Carl always comes to me first if he's got problems in his life.
Oh, you two are so supportive.
Yeah.
I've watched your friendship blossom. This is kind of a serious one. From Anonymous. Hi, Lids. I'm in a right state here and need your expertise on this sticky situation. This is from a lady. So me and my ex of a 6-year serious relationship broke up at the beginning of 2020. Since then, we've been doing couples things together, from long walks to shagging. All signs pointed to us giving it another go. Fast forward to this current day, a whole year later, we are still doing couples things, and he has since told me that he's not looking for a relationship and is currently not talking to anyone else, and he's focusing in on us. So she's getting the whole, like, I know we split up, I know we're sleeping together, I know we're doing couples things, but don't want to get back. But I'm not looking for another relationship. I know for a fact that he's seeking other girls' attention. He is on dating sites, and in his bio specifically says looking for a relationship. And when I ask him about it, he gets all defensive, and he somewhat gaslights me into thinking that I've done something wrong. I love this guy very much and wish he could realise how much he is hurting me. So, Lids, am I causing more damage to myself and thinking that he's just using me until another lass comes into his life? Should I cut ties? I'd love to hear your point of view. That is from Lady Anon. Adam's taking this one seriously. You'll have heard the finger click on the audio. It's about to go down.
First of all, the reason he's got looking for a relationship in his dating website bio is because he knows a lot of women, even if they are just looking for a slice of dick, don't talk to you if you put, I'm just offering a slice of dick.
Is that one of the options on Tinder? Looking for a relationship, giving out slices of dick. What are they? Genuinely, it's been 7 years since I was on a dating website and I didn't do Tinder.
eHarmony.
What?
Was it eHarmony?
I was on Match.com. She's a pretty standard fare.
You paid for your membership?
I did, yeah. Went on a date with a girl called Louise, who lived in Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We had an argument on the second date. Not a good sign.
What about?
Directions to Crosby. She started whinging at me, and I was listening to Tom Tom.
See, this is where I could have helped you. You know, if you rang me for advice.
Because you know how to get to Crosby.
I know how to get to Crosby.
Stop your fucking whinging, Adam! We'll just follow the coast road.
I'd have just said, look, first of all, don't argue on a second date.
Yeah.
And you'd have gone, oh shit, yeah. And then maybe you'd be with her now instead of Laura.
I'm really glad. We had an argument on the second date because I love my wife, my heavily pregnant wife. I love her. She's beautiful. I'm so happy I'm with her. No, it was not meant to be. You shouldn't be arguing on a second date, should you?
No.
Internet dating did not work for me. But genuinely, what are the... If you can put, I'm looking for a relationship...
You can also put, like, I'm looking for a bit of fun.
All right.
Like, it's not like a drop-down menu. That's his bio. He's typed that out.
Right. It's not a... Oh, sorry. I thought it was like looking for a relationship, giving out a slice of dick, just want to blow loads in your mouth.
Yeah. You can put literally whatever you want.
Want a spaff in your ear.
Yeah.
How many...
You can put whatever you want.
Or you can tick all of them. I'm looking for a
they're not
relationship
options.
and to blow loads.
You literally just type whatever you want, yeah. So, like,
I'm just here for
a lot of
threesomes.
people put, I'm looking for a relationship because they don't want to seem like a hooer. And I'm putting men in that category as well. That's not a sexist
man
term.
hooer. Yeah,
What
yeah.
was your bio?
What?
Was your bio when you were on the old?
They don't call
website?
me Rowie Bags for none.
That was the whole thing. They don't call me Rowie Bags, but you can, you hooer. Hey, and I mean that for men as well. That's not sexist. I call everyone hooers. Dad, you hooer! We'll go in the cavity.
Yeah, so I think he's put that in his bio. Just because he's got that in his bio doesn't necessarily mean he's telling the truth. I think he's lying to all the women out there so that he gets some punani.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's very possible.
Oh,
so she needs to not...
I think that's a very fair assessment of his online dating situation.
Yeah, so she needs to not worry about that bit so much. However, so many other red flags here.
It's like, that's potentially a orange flag. That could be an amber flag.
Yeah.
But everything else is red.
I think what's happened is, you know, they've broke up and he's gone, whew, this is better. But I miss shagging her.
I feel like I'm on such thin ice with this because I've been this dickhead.
I've broken up with her. I miss shagging her. Walking on my own isn't as good as walking with her. If I can just walk and shag her, but then at the end of the day I can tell her to fuck off so I can play the Xbox, that sounds good to me.
So, madam, what you've done is you've...
He's having his cake and eating it too.
I was about to say, you've let him have the cake and fucking you've gone on windy walks with it.
By the way,
and he's eating it.
Just let us park at that phrase for a minute.
Stupid, innit?
Because, to us, having a cake is eating it, isn't it? Yeah. But I Googled that phrase a while back. Having the cake and eating it means, like, they've still got the cake there and they've eaten it.
Oh, you want your cake and eat it?
Have
so
it.
Scoff the whole lemon drizzle and be like, we've got a whole lemon drizzle.
That's not the real quote, though, is it? Like it's like a misquote. I'm not sure what it is, but
we'll come back to you,
that's a misquote.
Google it.
But you're right, that is the meaning of it, but it's a misquote. It's some like...
Bollocks. Having your cake is eating it.
If you've been with someone for 6 years and it ends, like, you should never have to be on their internet dating profiles checking if they're looking for relationships or not. That's, like, there are fundamentals here. When you're writing into this podcast asking that question, if you read back your email, you know she knows the answer to this. She loves him. I'm not saying he's a total cunt, but he's done that laddie, twatty thing of being like, yeah, this isn't working out. Should we leave it? And she's gone, oh, my heart, okay. And he's gone, yeah, cool. All right, so we're not together anymore. But, you know, I want to go and walk up that hill, and it's weird if I go on my own. Do you want to come for that walk like couples do? And, you know, can I see your pum-pum? Yeah, nice one. Yeah, so he's been a bit of a douche because he's basically cake and eating it. But she knows the fucking answer to this. You've got to jib him off.
Or trap him with a baby.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
really, really good advice. I didn't see that one. But Adam sees things from different angles, and this is why he's the agony aunt. He sees it from different angles. Oh, he's trying to get with other relationships. He's banging you by the side. Get pregnant on purpose and trap him like that because it works and it never fails.
Or is the other option, because maybe like actually getting pregnant, that could be risky. Just tell him you're pregnant, lie to him for 9 months, get fat, and
she wants the cake now. Okay.
And if he stays around through all that, then you can be like, do you know what? Maybe he does really love me. Then borrow a baby for a bit.
Yeah, okay, it's taken another turn, this advice. Abduct a child at the end of it. That'll keep him involved.
This is easier.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he won't start a relationship with her when she's not in prison. So let's see how that works out in a year and a half.
I reckon
when she's been convicted for...
He'd probably prefer it if she's in prison now.
Yeah.
As long as they let them shag for a bit, like when he goes to visit.
Doesn't happen.
It does.
That's from films.
It does.
It doesn't.
Conjugal visits. It doesn't happen.
Are they in a caravan? And it's shaking.
Yeah. Not watch many films, but you watch them ones. Is that in Armageddon? Mate, I'm telling you now, do the right thing. I've been that guy.
Don't abduct a child from someone you know, because they might recognise it.
Don't keep letting him get the puss. Just keep the cake. Put a wrapper on it and go, mate, you've had your cake, and now I'm keeping the cake.
I honestly think my idea is better. You just abduct a child from somewhere like far away, drive to Coventry or something.
Coventry gets some weird... Like, literally, Coventry is like fucking rural Montana. All of Montana's rural.
And
Coventry's 2 hours from
If you abduct a child from a big family, it'll take them longer to notice as well. So if you see a family with like 6 or 7 kids...
Oh, so which type of community would you think you could get one of them? Because who has big families? Let's really drive this podcast into the ground.
My dad's one of 8.
Find a Chinese baby. Anyway, should we do the next one?
Chinese babies are cuter. You know what I mean? Is your partner Chinese? Because if he is, extra bonus there. She hasn't mentioned his race. He might be Chinese. Then you need a Chinese baby, actually. Because if it comes out and it's not even a bit Chinese, he'd be like, I know mine.
It's getting a bit complicated, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost Adam made that weird towards the end. This one's amazing. From Anonymous. I love how all the advice is from people who need to be anonymous. Right then, Lids, bit of a sticky one. I split up with my ex over a year ago, and she's since got a new man. Now, over the last 6 months, I've gone from working in security to setting up a private investigation company, which involves following people, finding out an array of things from cheating partners, etc. Obviously, with it being private, not many people are aware I run this company. My ex-partner's new bloke has contacted our office for a quote to find out if his partner, my ex, is cheating. Now, I already know she's not that type of person. She is a cunt, though.
Wow, this is sick.
Yeah. Do I take on the investigation, secure the bag, or do I just tell my ex her new partner is insecure as fuck and coming after her with like private security firms? So, love the pod, you legends. P.S. Adam, you should come and do a job one day and investigate some shit. I think you'd be really good at this.
God. Well, first of all, I've always wanted to be a private investigator.
Oh, yeah.
As of 1 minute ago.
Yeah. He would be staking out a case, and within 10 minutes, he would have put it on Twitter or Instagram. No. It would be on Instagram stories like, lad, guess what I'm doing? Someone's fucking shagging behind someone's back.
He'd miss it. He'd be like,
oh, yeah.
They've gone.
I heard gunshots, but give us a minute. I'm just checking Insta. It's my job. Fucking Patreon's gone down. What's that about? Oh, no, it's gone back up. Fucking Patreon.
I would love to go and help him out. I reckon I could probably help him.
You know, we're talking about stuff to vlog. I'd be a big fan of watching this content.
Adam
investigates AI.
First of all, there's actually someone I'd like to send the investigator after.
Who?
It's not my new missus.
No.
I can't tell you who it is.
Okay.
Can you give us a clue?
Give any details? What the fuck? What was in that panini before you started this episode? Well, who would you like to send him after?
I can't tell you Because
Why did you say it?
Give us some clues that
You
we know.
massive dick tease.
It's someone you know.
Who?
I can't tell you.
A comedian?
Define comedian.
Gets paid to be funny.
Yeah.
Not well.
What?
Doesn't get paid well.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
What in can you give us any more details before we just get totally annoyed?
It's a man.
What's
Right.
his name? Just give us that.
You nearly got me there.
There's professional there's a professional crossing of wires.
I just want to know what he's up to. When he's not in my fucking sight.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, going back to the problem at hand. What are you shaking your head for?
It's the most fucking annoying thing ever. I would like to get the investigator to go and follow someone who can't say.
Well, I don't know whether you're involved with this thing.
Don't throw me under the fucking bus.
I'm not. I'm just keeping my cards close to my chest until I find out.
If you found that a little bit convoluted, the guy has started an investigating company and this new partner of his ex has turned up and gone, listen, I want you to follow so-and-so. And he's like, oh my God, it's
Well, first
my
of all,
ex.
confidentiality, you can't break that. It's only just started his business. You know, that's going to be all over Yelp if he goes to his ex and goes, by the way, fucking John wants to know what you're up to. And then she goes back to John and goes, I can't believe you hired fucking Jimmy to fucking follow me.
Jimmy the investigator.
Yeah. Like, then John...
Jimmy, investigate! Somebody's stolen my paper from my fucking doorstep.
But, like, Jimmy's business is gone then, isn't it? PIJ's gone.
Yeah, I don't think it's
So
going to blow
you can't go see your ex and grass a new fella up. What I would say is if the police find you investigating your ex and she's onto it, it's not going to be very convincing that you're not stalking her. Do you know what I mean? If she's like, my ex is stalking me, and the police come to your car and go, all right, Jimmy, lad, you here to look after Claire, right?
Yeah.
And he goes,
How shit is he at this job, though? You've instantly gone, she fucking works out straight away, and, you know, you get done for stalking. Let's assume that
women are very perceptive.
Yeah, right. But let's assume he can get away with the job that he's been doing for a while. Like, he's been doing private investigating. It's more just the moral dilemma. You don't have to go long term with, like, the business plan and everything. Should he go, right, fuck it, it's trade, I've got to do it? Or should he just refuse the work?
No, I think it depends how much money he's got. You know what I mean? If he needs the work, he should do it. He definitely shouldn't grass the fella up to his ex.
Panny D.
Yeah, I think if he needs the work, I think part of him wants his ex back, which is why he's considering grassing this up in the first place.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to run with that as an assumption being correct. He should go to the fella and go, look, you're right, she's piping behind your back and it's with me. He should say he's shagging his ex.
Is it illegal to hire a PI?
No.
No. But you can't be classed as like stalking or espionage or
It's
nothing?
not stalking, is it? I think if you get caught and you get a complaint filed against you, then yeah, you've got to back off. But you don't just instantly go to prison because someone's gone, he's been following me around, stalker, you're done.
Yeah.
And also, you've got to assume that if they're doing this professionally, they're not like outside a front window with a camera like,
Right, Claire? Shh. Go about your business. Hey, Jimmy knows. I've been doing this 6 months. Also, your fucking paper's gone. And I've had your milk.
I wonder how you do start that though. Just like be dead good, like.
On Yelp.
Not like how you start a business.
Yeah, by being a sneaky fucker.
I think being a PI is a lot like being a podcaster. All you really need is the want to do it. Like, I don't think you need any qualifications. You just need to go, I'm a private investigator, I'll go and have a look for you.
Set up a Patreon. Get them on there. Just for £3 a month.
No, but like,
If I hired a private investigator and his opening gambit was, I'm a private investigator, I'll go and have a look for you, probably wouldn't hire him. Because that's the worst sales pitch ever.
Do you know what, if I was this guy, I'd fucking tell his ex.
why?
Because I'd be more loyal to her than this dickhead who
She's
started...
a cunt, though. He said she's a cunt.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
true.
he doesn't, like...
I think he just needs to ignore it. In my opinion, he needs to just let it go.
No, I think
get involved.
He needs to follow her.
It would be because he must. If you're a private investigator, you must get so many boring jobs where you're like, oh,
It must be
don't
hard.
care. But how difficult would it be to refuse this work? To be like, could you go and follow your ex-missus around who you think is a cunt and you're getting money off her new bell-end boyfriend? Of all the jobs where you're like, I've just sat here in a car like waiting for something to happen to take a picture and be like, oh God, this is dull. I don't give a shit about these people's life. To leave this job and go, no, I'm not doing it. To be able to watch her and be like, oh my God, she is cheating on him. What a pair of twats. They deserve each
It'd
other.
be so hard to follow your ex round. I'd notice if my ex was following me around because I know what they look like.
What's she had a hat on?
Then she'd have gotten away with it. You need to put a hat on.
Hat, sunglasses, fake muzzy. You'd be like, that's not her.
I can
She
see.
never had a muzzy or a hat.
So you'd recognise her
Okay,
and
Adam,
then talk yourself out of saying it's
Adam
her.
walking around Liverpool like Mr. Potato Head.
Tell Adam. No, he never wears hats. I'm not gonna challenge this.
He doesn't have a sombrero. God, I thought that was Adam, my ex. But he's wearing a sombrero. So, can't be, because he's not Mexican.
Yeah. And if I put the accent on as well, like if Carl turns around looking at me, don't have him with a sombrero on. No. Me not from here. Me Mexican.
Weirdly, one of your best ISIS impressions there.
I'd buy that. It'd work.
So what's the...
I think he needs to
Just
let
leave
go.
it.
Yeah,
No.
it's.
I think you
murky
need to
waters.
follow your ex. And look, like, who doesn't want to have a little follow with their ex to see what they're up
That's
to?
what I'm saying. It's juicy.
Yeah, so just, I think he should follow her. And he's got a good excuse. You fucking stalking me? No, fucking John hired me actually, so shut
So
up.
he's shit at his job again.
Yeah, Adam cannot get past the fact that he's going to get made. Like, he's like, you're going to get caught. You're going to get caught.
Well, he's gone from security to PI. I just don't see him getting away with this. You know what I mean? You can't go from fucking the door to B&M to following your ex around and
Why
expect
does he
to get
blow
away
his
with
own
it.
cover within 5 seconds, though? Why doesn't he even go, oh no, it's just a coincidence? Why does he go, oh, I'm a private investigator? You're an idiot.
Yeah, I if it was me, I'd be taking the work. Yeah.
There's a Panny D. Oh, can't be easy being a private investigator in a lockdown.
She's still in.
She's in. She's in. She's in. She's gone to Asda. Oh, fucking Asda, is it?
You'd have to follow
And she's
her around
on.
Asda
She's
though,
in.
because
She's
maybe
in
she's
again.
sucking someone off who works at Asda.
Yeah.
On shit.
Do you think on shift that happens?
Or maybe he's on his break.
Yeah. There's a queue at the pizza counter.
Yeah.
Fucking anyone want to do the meat feast? Oh,
Yeah. You never know. She
Um,
could be shagging anyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
You find it very hard to keep the question within the question, don't you? Like that's a, yeah, okay, I've seen the question. I take it on the moral dilemma. What if she's sucking off someone from Asda? You thought about that? I think we need to consider that. Do you want to do the Aaron Wood got in touch? A couple of people have got in touch. They've seen this on the internet. It's about fighting Mike Tyson as a child.
Oh,
And
yeah.
As soon as I read it, I was like, it's very, I feel like it's on brand for the podcast. So before we go to our half time, thank you for the guys that emailed this in. This has obviously been doing the rounds a little bit. So Aaron Wood was the one that sort of wrote it out the best. He says, hello, Liz. Disclaimer, I didn't think of this question myself. I've seen it somewhere. There's a live televised fight between you and Mike Tyson, and you get to choose the age that Mike Tyson is when you fight, between 1 year old and 18 years old. If you beat him, you get $1,000 for every year he's been born. So if he was 10, you get 10 grand, 15 grand, etc. You get the picture. This is televised, so the younger he is, the worse you look. If he's 4 and you win, you beat up a toddler on live television. If he's 9 and he knocks you the fuck out, then you're the guy who got KO'd by a 9-year-old child. What age?
Well, a 9-year-old's not going to knock me
What
out.
age do you choose to fight Mike Tyson at? A couple of notes he's added. He's done his own research for this bit. Mike Tyson at 15 won Olympic gold after knocking out Joe Cortez in 8 seconds. So, won't fuck with 15. There's a rumour Mike Tyson at 12 years old KO'd a 27-year-old man in his boxing gym. So, Adam, you're fighting a young Mike Tyson. What age are you going? You want the bag, but you don't want to get banged
The
out.
thing is, like, like $5,000 wouldn't change your life, would it? Like you'd have a good couple of months, you go on holiday or whatever, but it's not life changing.
Before you answer any more, can I tell you, one of the emails we got, it was $1 million for every year of their life. It was like, so if it's 1, you get 1 million. If you get 2. And the problem with that question is that
You just bang a 1-year-old.
you really just go, I'm not even taking any risk. 5 million sounds really
I'll bang
good.
a 5-year-old.
And you just uppercut first punch a 5-year-old. Obviously, if 5-year-old Mike Tyson gets someone goes, that was fucking bullshit, and then comes up, then, it's going to get weird, isn't it? But I'm telling you, I would twat a 5-year-old.
For 5 million quid. Yeah.
5 million quid.
Well, $5,000. Do you know what I mean?
$5,000, you're like, ah.
And because of that logic.
Yeah, but 18 grand isn't life changing. So
No, but it could be.
it
That's
should
a
be
deposit on a
100
house.
It should be 100k per year, I think, because then
No.
10's a mil.
What
and
about-
start getting life changing?
All right, so what about 10? What about 10k a year?
Oh, well, then I'm still taking a 5-year-old.
I think it should be 100k a year, because then when he's 10, it's a mil. That's life
It's
changing.
too easy, though.
It's too easy because you just go low.
A 5-year-old, £500,000, your life's changed, and you've got
punch.
no risk.
I'd punch a 10-year-old's head in. Physically, I can batter a 10-year-old, no matter who it was.
Mike Tyson at 10.
Yeah, he was still 2-3 foot smaller than me. I'd punch his head in.
But at 12, he knocked out a 27-year-old boxer.
Can I just
2
say,
years later.
but guys, I would love to watch Carl fight a 10-year-old Mike Tyson. Any older, and it's not fun, because 14-year-old Mike Tyson
He battered me.
is going to wear you like a cock glove.
Yeah, but I'd
Well-
bladder him at 10.
At 10, I think it would be interesting as you laid the biggest 29-year-old punch you've got on him, and then he went, it's fucking nothing.
Does it
And
have to
then
be a
I'd be like,
boxing fight?
yeah, it has to be a boxing fight.
Oh, I'd boot his head off if it was like a...
Right,
MMA
yeah, it's
fight.
not mixed martial arts. Although, I don't know why that's important. Yeah, boxing's difficult.
You've made it far too easy by putting the money up.
No, that's what I'm saying. We can just find the line. What about if it's $5,000 a year? So at 5 years old, it's 25 grand.
Still 5 years old.
Yeah. So you take 25.
Yeah.
Right. So can we go back to $1,000 a year then?
Yeah. It's the only thing that makes it difficult, is it being so low. And because it's so low, I'm taking the 18-year-old.
Okay.
I'll just come out swinging, hope for the best.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to lose.
Oh.
Wasn't he heavyweight champion at 18?
I promise you,
Oh, heavyweight, sorry.
you genuinely, it's a worry for your life. And you're going to take that risk for 18 grand.
Yeah, I've got to fight him, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've got to fight him
Yeah.
at an age.
So why? So 18 grand is worth nearly dying for.
I'm not going to nearly die. I'll just
I
take one day.
swear to
No,
God,
you-
if he just holds back, lets you just like try and fucking do your business and cracks you right at 18, like they're not going to call you ROWE lives.
Yeah, change your life. If Mike Tyson punched you in the face at 18, it would change your life.
No.
It would.
Yeah. But then I could, he's not going to kill me. I'd just be knocked out.
I don't think your podcast's so good no more.
I think 10's the optimum age, mate.
So you do it for 10 grand.
10 G's?
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah, but if physically he's not... I've got like a 5-6 inch reach
Yeah.
on him and shit.
Like
I'd
10
punch
grand's
his
still a
head in.
decent chunk, innit?
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'd go towards 10, 2,
11?
yeah, between 10 and 15.
I'm 28 and he knocked a 27-year-old out. I've got that age, that maturity. He
What
wouldn't.
about you? You haven't answered yet.
I think 10. This is how ridiculous it is. I can't box. I mean, you can't, but you think you can. I can't, but I know I can't.
I've had one fight.
You've had one fight. I don't want no more.
No, I had a
Oh,
boxing
yeah, you
fight.
did. You
I've
did.
been in
Yeah.
the ring. I've got experience.
Yeah.
Gone 3 rounds.
You're right. So probably 17 then. 18? Yeah, cool. I'm genuine. I could easily lose to Mike Tyson, the child. I worry about some of the lads on the park in Sorgal in Cheshire. So that's how much of a pussy I am. When I had that to do with those lads on mountain bikes, I was like, I'm 5'8", I'm not in good shape. And I really think if they thought about it and just, I'd be in trouble. I'd have to think about it. And they were like 14. So I'm not fucking with Mike Tyson any older than 11.
Yeah, he knocked a 27-year-old out, and that's harder to do than knocking you out, innit?
Yeah.
10, I reckon. I reckon 10. 10's the right age.
In all your heads, though, you're like, we can knock him out. He didn't get knocked out a lot, did he, when he was young?
Yeah, but he didn't fight me.
When he was 10.
He was fighting other 10-year-olds, weren't he? He wasn't fighting me in
No,
the
he
prime
was
of
fighting
life.
old and, like, he was fighting all the bullies, wasn't he, when he was a kid?
Yeah, but
He was hard as fuck.
10?
But he can't bang a man.
at 10.
I hope that gets no context. I don't think we've had a sensei context, but I would love a no context have a word on. He was hard as fuck, but he can't bang a man.
And what you've just done now is giving them the option to do a no context with you saying the thing he said.
Yeah, I think 10, you're a child still.
Yeah. 12.
12, he's banging 27-year-olds. Fuck him.
Yeah. So we know. Yeah, I'm going 10. I'm locking it in. 10. Punch his head in. Put me 10 grand on Liverpool to win the Champions League this year.
Lose that 10 grand.
How much would you love to see? I'd just love to see the fight. This is why it's a weirdly fun question, because you're right. If you lose to a 10-year-old, it doesn't look good, does it? But I don't know if you're absolutely... Like, how tall are you? Oh, he wasn't that tall, though, was he, Tyson?
No.
He was only about 5'8", 5'9",
I wouldn't let him go on
wasn't
the
he?
inside either. He fights on the inside. I'd keep him. I've got the reach.
Those early fights when he was low and he unleashed those
he's exploding upwards on the inside. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
But
so
if I
Mike
keep him
Tyson
at
is
jab-
5'10".
So he's 5'10".
If I keep him jab range.
So at 5'10", he was fighting heavyweights. All of those fights in the early days, late 80s, early 90s, where he was a monster, from the mid 80s to early 90s, all his strength was like coming from low and just exploding. He almost like bounced off his feet, didn't he? And that's what he'd do as a 10-year-old fighting a 5'9" Adam Rowe. Oh my God. I'd give so much to see the look of fear as 10-year-old Mike Tyson really wallops you and you went, oh,
Do I get
shit.
to train? Or I've got to fight as I am?
No, you have to take the fight late
As
notice.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh, 10. 10 then. Yeah.
If you
I
got-
would batter him at 10. I would. I just would.
What was his
There isn't
prime?
a 10-year-old in the world that I can't fucking spark.
Was he champion at 7? Isn't there?
I fucking love it. He said it so seriously. I love how seriously we take these questions. No, lad, you piss me off. There isn't a fucking 10-year-old in the world
There isn't.
that I wouldn't spark.
There isn't.
What?
There's not a single 10-year-old alive or dead that I couldn't beat.
Some weird Samoan fucking growth hormoned rugby playing.
The Dagestanians, or like Khabib's family, they all fight bears in the 5.
Yeah.
They'd murder you at 10.
They wouldn't, because they're fighting baby bears. It's not like he's fighting a fully grown adult bear like me.
You're a full bear, are you? Babe.
Yeah, I am.
Sorry, everyone. Adam's
I
a full-grown bear.
genuinely think there isn't a 10-year-old
anymore.
in the world who I couldn't beat in a fight. And if you're listening to this and you think my little cousin would, set it up, we'll do it for charity.
Right,
I'll smash your cousin's head in.
right. What charity do you think that would be for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know. Zoe's place. It's the Children's Hospice in West Derby.
That's where they'd be.
Yeah.
Because
That's where I put
That's where
them.
they'd end up.
that makes sense. When you're fighting a child, you want to make sure the charity sort of matches the event. So
You're paying for the aftercare, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
yeah.
Yeah. Set it up. If you know a 10-year-old
All
who
these
wants to
kids
scrap,
dying in a hospice, like, what happened to you? Oh, I don't feel so good. The doctor say it's not looking great. What happened to you? Adam Rowe sparked me out.
yeah, I'm just saying, if anyone's got a 10-year-old who's up for it, we can do it for charity. You know, elite sports are still allowed under lockdown.
What network's taking this elite sport?
Channel 5. I think it's at exactly their level. Live on Channel 5, we've got comedian and podcaster fighting a child. And it's better than everything we've ever put on.
I think I could be on it.
Channel 5, making television, still.
I reckon I could be on the Joshua Fury undercard.
Undercard.
The undercard.
It would be undies, yeah.
You know what I mean? No, but like just a portion, like 20% of the gate goes to the charity.
The thing is, though, it would get lots of eyes on.
It would, yeah.
If you said, did you know Adam's fighting a 10-year-old on the telly next week? You go and put it on.
Yeah. And I'd knock him out with one punch.
Yeah, you're right.
Be the fastest one punch knockout in boxing history.
You're right. But like, there's a lot of things that would get eyes on that aren't allowed. You know, Like, if you said that Anne Widdecombe was fighting two badgers, that would get a load of eyes on, but I don't necessarily think it's going to get, Eddie Hearn's good. He's not that good.
No, but
That sells itself, that fight.
it sells itself.
On the on the Joshua Fury undercard, you've got Adam Rowe fighting a primary school age child, and Anne Widdecombe taking on two badgers.
Yeah.
What a card.
Yeah.
Imagine the accumulator on that.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
I've got the Badgers, Adam and Fury on this.
Yeah. Oh. Thanks for backing me there, by the way.
Got you, lad.
Yeah. But yeah, genuinely, I am up for that. If anyone wants to set it up,
Yeah.
I will do it. Like,
Right, if you're bored of homeschooling, kids are annoying around the house, get them training for a fight with a 29-year-old comedian. Come on, give them something to work towards.
Yeah.
It's nearly half term. They're going to be bored. It's winter.
it'd have to be
They
at a
can't
catch weight,
do-
obviously, because there's not many 10-year-olds that are just under 14 stone.
The one I found is that fucking
Yeah.
Fijian. Lads,
Should we have a break?
yeah, it's so difficult to follow our own bullshit.
We have our very good friend. I started comedy with this guy, Pete Otway, joining us in the studio today.
One of the good guys.
Very excited. We'll see you in very seconds. See you soon. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What's the best brand for your balls? Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com are one of our sponsors here at Have a Word, and we fucking love them. They are the best men's grooming products on the planet. They've got the Lawnmower 3.0 for you to have a little trim of your balls. It's got a light on it. The battery lasts for nearly 2 hours. You can shave in the shower again and again and again. We've got the nose hair trimmer called the Weed Whacker, and you can get these as part of bundles as well as ball deodorants, ball wipes, everything you need to be well manscaped. You can get them at manscaped.com and using our promo code WORD, that's WORD, you get 20% off every order and free shipping worldwide, lad. So go to manscaped.com right now, get yourself some men's precision engineered grooming tools. Supports us. You get a nice little fucking look down there on your private parts. Your beard will want to suck you off more often. Let's get back to the podcast. Big shout out to Ribena, obviously.
Fuck you, Ribena.
Full-time sponsor now.
They're
Ribena Light
not a
this week.
sponsor. You did it on the Patreon episode. What have you got with Ribena?
Ribena Light, the #1 blackcurrant product on the market today. It's calorie-free, as long as you ignore the 13 that are in it. Yeah.
I'm a Vimto man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting into Vimto, you know.
Shh. Not in front of your Ribena overlord.
Pete Otway's here.
And he's got a beer. Never mind fucking Ribena. Pete's got a beer.
Hang on, have we fucking started?
Yeah, mate. It's just
Yeah, we have.
utter nonsense.
Lovely stuff. Can I just say before we go any further how nice it is to be here with two of what I would say my oldest mates in comedy, and only one of which who has ever tricked me into hosting a drag night before, so that's nice.
On this site.
Yeah, I know. I drove in, I was like, no, I got PTSD. I was like, shit. Oh,
You know
man.
Tony who books the Runcorn gig?
You shithouse.
No.
Oh, no, I'll get someone to do it.
No.
Lad, cash in hand. Few fucking drags.
Right, it was on the forum. It goes up. You know what I mean? Like Friday, who's free? I'm like, yeah, I'm free. Nice one. He goes, it's my Runcorn gig. Oh, I've heard good things.
No.
You know what I mean? No, don't you
Bollocks.
fucking dare.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Let him tell his version, then you
So
can
I rock
rebut.
up, right? And like, don't get me wrong. I feel like drag is quite sort of in vogue now. Do you know what I mean? It's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like.
Yeah,
I feel like when we were kids, drag was like a bit like, I don't know how to explain it, but a bit like.
Revolting.
Oh,
Well, you go with your opinions.
doing your ISIS advert again there.
It was
very
almost a bit like
gay-
novelty, wasn't it? Like a
Gay
bit.
culture is very in vogue,
Yeah,
and
and
it's
now-
almost like it's been like we're 20 years into that.
Yeah.
Like the places like the Birdcage
Yeah.
in Manchester.
Yeah.
They've
Now
been
let me
around
tell
for
you.
ages.
Now let me tell you, this fella was none of that. Right? He was straight from Benidorm, which I'm not even joking. Half of his jokes were just playing out clips of Tiny Tim. Do you know Tim? Fucking,
Yeah,
what's
Tim
his name?
Bradbury.
Yeah, and just me in between, just
So-
asking people what they did for a living.
So it
while
was-
he got changed, that was why I was there.
It was hack drag.
Yeah, it was hack drag, and they'd basically rocked up and they'd gone, oh shit, who's going to be on in the fucking change while he's backstage changing. Oh, we'll just get Pete in to ask some dickheads what they do for a living.
So Tony had texted me. And
You're the chalk on his cheese.
Yeah,
aren't you?
absolutely, mate. Yeah.
Tony had gone, do you want Johnny gig Friday night? I was like, I'm all booked up, mate. Why? And he was like, well, there's this massive, I can't remember the name of the act, but this massive act in Benidorm, and I've gone and secured him for the Heath in Runcorn, and I need a compare. And I was like,
What a CV that guy's got. Benidorm, Runcorn. Who needs to gig anywhere else?
Well, I obviously, like, for our listeners who don't know, there's comedy forums where you advertise available gigs for people who haven't got work that weekend or whatever. And I did say I need a compare on Friday in Runcorn for something a bit different.
No, you did not. It was, I need a compare for Friday in Runcorn. And I'm thinking, he does a gig on Fridays in Runcorn. Fucking great stuff.
Yeah, love it how in your memory you're like, I was dead sound. I explained everything that it was.
Yeah, absolute bullshit. So then I turned up and that was,
Cash in your pocket.
And you know what?
By the way, that's what every shit promoter says to justify all of the fucking you-know-who's like, lad, got a gig in Ellesmere Port. An old boy's died. They want a bit of a turn for the fucking week. Oh, you're bitching now on the phone. But it's fucking cash in your hand. 75 fucking big ones in a panny D. Yes, you're going to have to talk to the grieving widow, but it's fucking cash. And you're not working at Iceland. It's always the get
that's
out,
exactly what it was, yeah. And but it was cash, and I was away earlier than I would have been. But genuinely, I'd forgotten about it. Totally, like, blocked out of my head. And then I drove to the wrong car park, which I'll tell you about in a minute, but I drove in, and then I come around down, and I'm going, the fucking cunt, like, straight away my mind just goes, the bastard got me to fucking MC a drag night.
You blocked it out. You blocked it out. Oh, it's so nice to have you on, Pete. We actually have the drag act here.
Yeah, lovely.
Thanks very much, thank you.
Yeah.
Pete, it's great to see you. You did a fucking great job, and he also got one of my testicles back in the chest.
You said on the way here you were listening to an old episode.
Yeah, so you text me today and you were like, have you listened to it before? You were like, you know what you're coming to, don't you?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, no, I've listened to a couple. You know, I like the clips and stuff. I'd listened to...
Everyone's watched the clips and
yeah.
All comedians are like, yeah, I've watched the clips, because I follow you on online and I have to.
So I'm on my way in and I'm literally coming down to where I got lost by the little roundabout. I'm coming in and it's the Ishan Akbar episode, of the bit where you're getting him to do just a fuckload of accents, right? So I'm on my way in, and I'd completely forgotten that I was expecting a call because my mate is wanting to foster kids, right? And I'm his referee.
Oh no!
So suddenly I go from fucking Ishan Akbar telling me he's a fucking nonce from Venezuela or whatever he is.
The Venezuelan bus.
Like, I'm right in the middle of that, right? And I'm laughing and I'm going, what the fuck have I signed up for here? Answer the phone. Hi, yeah, it's Chris from the foster from the social services. Just ringing about your friend Paul about the referee. I was like, I cannot fucking do this now, mate. This is not my time. I'm not in the headspace. Let's just box that off right now.
You've just had Eshan Akbar doing his Nigerian bus driver.
What qualifies you to be a reference for fostering children?
Yeah, I've got kids. Yeah, no, that's it, I think. That's fair.
So is that what they think you'd ask? Have you got kids, lads? Would you leave them with Paul? No problem.
I'm not going to surprise, but I was surprised to get the call. Like, I thought, you know what I mean? I thought he might have gone for a scattergun.
You're essentially the fostering phone a friend.
Yeah, I think I am the only one of his mates that's got kids, to be fair. So I think that's.
If I wanted to foster kids, would you be a reference for me?
I would definitely speak to those people. I would like it if that's the route you're going. Now, at this point in your life, I think I'd like to be put down as a. I don't know if I want to use the term reference or someone that needs to be spoken to.
Here's the thing, right? And I didn't think about it with him, but like genuinely, like for a job, nothing is ever going to ruin anyone's life for that, is it? Right? For like a referee for like a fostering, you never really know someone, do you? Like, I bet
I see what you're saying.
Is that fair?
Don't talk to me. Just get his fucking web browser up. That's what you really want.
You don't think he's going to do anything wrong to a child.
Absolutely.
But you wouldn't put the mortgage on it.
I reckon I've got two mates who I would say no to if they asked me. And then there are mates that I'm like, yeah, of course. But you don't fucking like...
You don't know, no.
You don't
know.
want to be on a Channel 5 documentary in 6 years.
Knock, knock, nonce o'clock, right? And I'm there.
Nonce o'clock. You can tell he's worked in broadcasting. He comes up with different names.
Right there, come on. We're going marketing after this. And I'm sat there with my fucking blacked out with a different accent or something going, yeah, no, I thought I knew him. We lived together and everything.
With a mask
I'm glad
on.
you said out. You can't be blacked up with a different accent on Channel 5. Not these days.
Well, Channel 5 might allow it. Yeah, that's a good point. And what a high pressure situation to not do lad banter.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You know, I was on a stag do with him about a year and a half ago, and anything goes. A year and a half later, hi, Mr. Otway, we're ringing on behalf of Child Services. Hey, what that fucking nonce?
See, I would ruin it for Carl, like if I was his reference. You know what I mean? I'd make him sound like...
Yeah, but you'd ruin it for Serica as well, wouldn't you? That's the tricky one there. You'd have to live...
How do you know he's not just adopting to surprise her?
What? For Valentine's?
Yeah.
Like one of them cards that pops open and it's just the child. Daddy!
I think he's like a puppy. Like,
Yeah.
So I just put a child in a box and give it to her for Valentine's Day.
Can you do that, though? Can you, like, adopt a child without your partner's sort of presence?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. For Christmas presents, birthday presents, as long as it's one of those big ones, anniversary, Valentine's,
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, as long as you put holes in the box. Yeah. It's actually, they like it because it shows that as a partner, you really care.
But no, what I'm saying is, like, you don't live with Serica. You're not married. So there's no, like, legal record that they're a couple. So can you adopt a child on your own? Could he claim to be single to get the child? So child services aren't like, hang on, where's your bird?
I don't think they would give me a child on my own.
What?
I don't think they'd give me a child on my own.
Why not, though?
Because I sit in a room with you, talk shite. No, because I sit in a room with you, talk shite and play FIFA. That's it.
But you wouldn't tell them that, would you?
What would I tell them, though?
You tell them that you want a kid.
And that's the only prerequisite for wanting a kid.
I don't know if they... Do you know what? Here's something interesting. I don't know if legally they can say flat out that they don't let single men adopt kids. I don't know if that would fuck with some sort of like... In terms of like, it's a weird,
I'm with you.
It's an weird one because, as I'm essentially saying, as a white straight man, I wouldn't want to be discriminated against.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of the paedophilia historically comes from our community, but like, I don't think it'd be a very easy process. Being like, lad,
it's weird
I'm
for them
sick
to
of
say-
playing FIFA on my own. I want a kid. Fucking Player 2, and that's what I'm going to call him. He doesn't need a name. Player 2.
I'd go for like 10 and up then, age-wise.
10 and up.
Because kids are shit on Xbox, aren't they?
Yeah. You don't want a 6-year-old like.
But they can't discriminate against single parents because, like, Barack Obama's mum was single.
Okay, I think I get what you're saying, but I think you're confusing all of that single mum thing with single dad trying to adopt.
What's the difference, though?
What's the difference? When it comes to adoption, you are giving a child into someone's trust. So are you saying, as a single lad, you don't see any problem with a guy going, listen, can't be arsed with a missus, like, fucking tidy up, you dickhead, I don't want one, but I want a kid. Yeah.
All I'm saying is I don't see me doing any worse a job than Barack Obama's mum.
Fucking hell.
Right.
So you reckon you would raise the next president
Raise the
of the
next
United
president
States?
of the United States. Is that what you're going with?
I think everyone is saying, why don't you just knock someone up? It's way easier.
Yeah, but then you've got, like, what if they get, like, to the point where they want to keep it? I don't want...
Can I just say, though, I'd love to see the next United States president with a Scouse accent. You fucking what? Iraq? Fuck him off.
Have you ever had a prime minister with an accent? We haven't, have we?
Well, they all talk like gobshites, don't they?
Gordon Brown, I suppose.
Brown, Scottish, yeah.
Yeah, but he lasted about fucking 3.5 weeks, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he's Scottish.
It's not regional, is it?
It's not an accent.
Duncan Ferguson was
Well, yeah, I tell you what.
manager of Everton longer than Gordon Brown was the Prime Minister.
Gordon Brown, Neil Kinnock didn't get elected. Yeah, I
We
suppose.
don't really have... Because in America, it's a thing, isn't it? To have, like, I'm from Florida. I've got a Floridian accent.
Is it?
Floridian? Is that the word?
Is that?
Yeah, Floridian's the
No, I meant. I didn't realise that was quite a
Well,
big thing in
Obama's
America.
Obama's
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Illinois,
shit,
isn't he?
No,
He's-
Obama's from Hawaii, and he
He's
was
from Illinois. He has a Chicago accent, doesn't he?
He was born and raised in Hawaii, and He was congressman or something in Illinois,
All right, okay,
but he wasn't raised there.
right.
Yeah, but theirs is quite regional.
Look, I love it how seriously you took that. Why can't I adopt a fucking kid? Are you calling me a nonce? Whoa, we're joking about Obama. You don't joke about Obama.
Are you a bit of a fanboy?
I'll do fucking nonce jokes all day.
I think Obama was quite good. Yeah,
No, yeah, but you seem to be quite heavy on the Obama facts.
yeah. Well, you look at his fucking successor and you go, it was better back then, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, that's fair. No, I'm not going to argue with that. Absolutely.
So your mate's adopting a kid?
Yeah, so my mate's fostering.
Fucking hell.
Fuck me. It's lovely to be here.
Conversational fucking pinball.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you since the worst gig I've had in about 7 years.
I think we've all got bits going on for the last time we saw each other, which was why was the worst?
Steve Bouget's Manchester Uni gig.
Oh, Christ, you died hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I really enjoyed that. Like,
Yeah.
as a mate,
Yeah.
when a comedian who's a mate dies really, really
Yeah.
fucking bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that one, mate.
Yeah.
And I feel like you started to enjoy it as well, which
Yeah,
was
I
good.
did.
Yeah.
You've talked about it on the podcast a lot as
Yeah.
something that you
Yeah.
weirdly enjoyed.
Yeah.
And it was...
Could you tell it from your point of view?
Yeah, so so Adam obviously in the last few years has started to go down a very definite route with his comedy,
Yeah.
and the students of Manchester University a couple of years ago were not fucking having that.
Oh, that is such a fucking
I think one of them shouted at the back and just went, "Why are you being horrible about gay people?" And you went,
not gay people, actually.
not?
Member of the same group. But,
right, okay, yeah.
fat people.
Right, yeah,
Why
yeah.
being horrible of fat people,
Yeah.
she said.
I think they just wanted some real nicey stuff, and yeah, no, but especially because I feel like probably like the 10, 15 times before that I'd seen you'd been, knocking it out the park, smashing it. I see you on Twitter, great gig. He's down his ass, yes. Come on.
Do you know what's really funny about that night? Because, as we both know, fucking great compare, Pete. But I was watching you that night not have a great gig.
Yeah, it wasn't a great gig.
And I was watching him going, I'm going to have to fix this. And then I went on and was like, Pete ripped it.
That brilliant moment where you're like, oh, hang on. They're not
me.
shit. It's shit.
Yeah. So that was the last time I saw you. Last time I saw Dan was far worse for me. I don't know if you remember this. So we did Manford's gig in Chorley. And so Dan's doing a double.
Remember.
And turns up just before the middle act. And so the middle act, I didn't know this, and I'd never met him before. Can't remember his name, David something. David, he's blind, right?
There you go.
So the middle act
You
is
might as
blind.
well call him David Blind Lad.
No, David, only because I've never seen him before. Or David Eagle, I think it is, and I'd never even heard of him before. Do you know what I mean? Usually,
I haven't heard of him to this.
There you go, right?
second,
And he was absolutely cracking, right? He was a brilliant comic. I didn't know he was blind. But also we're all in different green rooms because of COVID. It was in that little block in the middle in like August, September when you could gig. I think it was just before we went into that next lockdown, October.
It was October the 31st. Yeah.
And I announced to them on stage that we're going into lockdown on Monday. None of them knew, right? So we're all backstage, and he's wandering around. I didn't clock that he was blind, right? No one told me that he was blind, anything like that.
So unsurprisingly, Pete, you sat down, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was sat down. I had no idea. I go out on stage to announce him. I bring him on, like you say, I'm comparing. I bring him on, and everyone's got their own mic stand and whatever on the other side of the stage. So he walks out, and he's got no fucking idea where his mic stand is. And I suddenly clock that he's blind. I think the woman went.
Did you hear his dog?
I think the woman went. The side of the stage went. He's blind. He doesn't know where his mic stand is. And obviously, usually then I'd just walk out, go and get his mic and mic stand and give it to him, whatever. But I feel like, anyways, everyone's a bit sensitive about the whole COVID touching thing, anyways. At the minute.
So that's part of the problem, is because usually there's just a mic in the middle.
Yeah.
You walk out,
And he would know
you
where he was
shake
going to
hands
that.
or whatever, and it's very. But that night. They're lovely at Chorley Little Theatre, but they'd got it in the head about like you can't sit there, and they were so worried about being shut down. And you feel
What
like
month
going,
was this?
This was the end of October.
Yeah, so just
you
before the
feel
lockdown.
like going Chorley Little Theatre. No one cares.
Yeah.
No one's watching. Ease up a little bit. But they got it in the head. They had to have a mic off to the side, a mic in the middle. You couldn't go. You weren't allowed. They were trying to do one-way system.
Yeah.
And it's all very difficult. Even when people aren't blind, it's hassle.
massively. And this isn't the funny bit because at the same time as well, like, it's like the whole shaking hands thing or whatever. Some people don't give a shit. But when you're in an audience, there was like 150 people in there that night. I'm like, I don't want to go on and touch everything because I feel like everyone's hypersensitive and stuff. So I'm then side of stage trying to fucking guide him to this mic stand and all this. So anyways, he did his set, great. I go back on after him and I say something. I just try and make light of it because you're comparing when something like that happens, you just try and like go with it. So I said something like, I just don't need you all to know I didn't know he was blind. I feel like you all just thought I was being a cunt and I didn't know he's blind. Made a little ha. Nobody fucking laughs like at all at the end of that section. So I come off and Danny stood backstage going, did you just try and make that funny? And nobody laughed. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck?
It's another one of those beautiful moments where that night was really difficult because they were a nice audience. And there was a lot of regulars there. So they'd probably seen everyone before anyway. But the announcement of the lockdown had just been made. So it really was, as I was driving to that gig, I was listening to 5 Live because the Prime Minister was basically telling everyone we were going to go into at least a month-long lockdown.
His 5 o'clock announcement at quarter to 8.
And they found out, either via you telling them, and the atmosphere, it wasn't like they were pissed off with us.
No, but it was tense.
But motherfucker, it had gone weird. And a lot of the joy of comedy had drained from that a little bit. Yeah.
And so the next bit of this...
P.S. I loved that bit. Watching you trying to explain that you're not a cunt, you just didn't realise that he was blind. And you could tell in the room they were like, but he was clearly blind.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody in that room is going, no, obviously he's blind.
Because he walked out going...
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm trying to then go, no, but we were all in different green rooms and I've not really met him. And you know what I mean? So then Dan goes out to close and opens his bit of... Pete really tried to gloss over that bit and you weren't having it. And they then weren't even having that. Like, it was just going on being eggy the whole
That gig is
time.
Usually great.
Yeah.
But that night, it had got a bit like...
Yeah.
Like everything... Because through the whole of the autumn, there was like we're trying to make it work. You know, we're going to go out and we're going to do garden gigs and we're going to do drive-through gigs and we'll really try and make it good. And then that was the night that everyone went, oh no, that's all for shit. We're going into the... Yeah.
We had that obviously in December, Liverpool was mainly sort of open. One of the only places in the country that was. And I obviously did the full run at Hot Water and we were supposed to get New Year's Eve as well. But on the 30th, they went, no, Liverpool's shutting tomorrow. And we had 2 gigs at Hot Water that night. Danny McLaughlin was comparing, and he went on in that early show. And it was like 15 minutes after it had been announced. So everyone before the show is sat around on their phones, finding out that as of tomorrow, you can't go and see your nan. But that night, we were allowed 100 people in a basement in the dark. Yeah. And he had to address it, because he started comparing, and they were like, yeah, but we can't go anywhere tomorrow. And he had to be like, look, I know we've all just had shit news, but let's just fucking enjoy this.
And Liverpool, I think, I'm speaking for Liverpool here, I don't think you saw that coming as a city.
No.
Because you'd all been through the ringer, you'd been held up as this, like, there's a problem in Liverpool, then you'd all been tested, then all of those instant testing, like, there was an amazing setup. So you were in tier 2, while the whole of the country was either in tier 3 or tier 4, and I got a sense from you lot of like, yeah, we're sorted, because Liverpool's all right. So it really was a fucking instant, like, kick in the balls, wasn't it? Like, oh yeah, that's gone to shit.
In hospitality who lost so much money from the food and stuff that they'd prepared for New Year's Eve.
I think as much as that as well. I think as soon as they announce a lockdown, when you feel like everything's all right, they announce lockdown and everybody's brain in that room, in that audience just goes, oh shit, this is more serious than we've been taking it again. I'm fucking sat in a room full of people. Do you know what I mean? Like, it felt like that in Chorley a little bit.
I didn't get that vibe in Liverpool.
Oh, really?
I got the vibe of fucking hell.
Yeah.
Can't go to fucking Nando's tomorrow before we get on the fucking Mozambique.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also, anyone that's there isn't isolating. So,
totally.
So Liverpool was in tier 2, but there would have still been a lot of people in Liverpool isolating and taking it very seriously.
Yeah.
If you're in a basement room just after Christmas before New Year's Eve in Liverpool, you're one of the ones who's like, I want to live my life. So you're getting the news as someone who's like, you've just shat on my chips.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, it was a kicker, but it was always coming though, wasn't it? They were signalling it. They were like, enjoy your Christmas because it's going to get fucking crappy. I don't know if we hadn't, you said before as you got here, you were like, oh, I'm out of the house. I don't know if we hadn't had this, if I wouldn't have lost my fucking mind.
I'd lose my mind now. So I feel very, very privileged at the minute. First of all, we get to come here. We record twice a week. Me and Carl have been here another day this week to do some other stuff. I'm going to be coming here at least one extra day a week just to give a bit of purpose. and obviously we've got some news coming, which will probably get us here maybe another day a week. And having started seeing someone new and having heard around a lot in my bubble, that's been good. But when she fucks off for a bit and I'm not here for the day, if I'm on my own for 12 hours, I start getting a bit... I can't pick something on Netflix because there's too much choice. So I just end up scrolling and then putting Friends on. I can't play FIFA because I never feel better when I finish playing FIFA than I did when I started playing it. So I just sit on the couch, scroll, like doom scrolling, reading every bit of shit news, looking at the same posts I have for hours. And then I talk to like Freddie Quinn, who's spending days on end on his own because his missus is a nurse. I'm speaking to Danny McLaughlin, who's on his own most of the time.
His missus is a nurse.
His missus is a nurse. Freddie Quinn, the other day in the WhatsApp group, said something like, it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And he said, I'm still in bed. What's the point getting up to go and lie somewhere else? And I was like, imagine those people who've been on their own for a year.
At the start of that first lockdown, I was like, fuck this. I've got a 2-year-old. This is dog shit. And then now I'm like, thank God for the 2-year-old because I've not been bored once. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm literally waking up going,
so he needs to adopt.
Yeah,
You need
absolutely
to adopt. So what we were saying earlier,
yeah, absolutely.
if you need a fucking reference, I'm here for you. Let's get a little Chinese one.
What if we get a child?
For have a word.
Have a word.
A studio child.
Yeah.
Mumbemwe.
Mumbai. Yeah, we'll get him. We'll get him in here.
Yeah.
He can do the adverts. That'll be cute. Like if you've got a child... If you've got an adopted...
52!
Yeah. If we've got a child looking down that camera going, please, please, my debut.
I nearly didn't do the voice and Adam went, don't worry, Dan, I've got it.
Please, my debut. I need it. I'm going to die. If these people cannot afford to feed me.
I think having a kid in a pandemic is it makes everything... weirdly more focused.
Yeah, definitely.
When it kicked off the first time and everyone was like, oh shit, our jobs are gone, I was having a problem not having panic attacks.
Yeah.
Because it's not my, like, also because I'm friends with guys like Scott Bennett, who is just a walking panic attack. So there was one point when I was really keeping on top of it, but it wasn't just like, oh, my job. It was mortgage, provider, kids. So it made that more intense. But then the day-to-day, as that sort of leveled out and then things sort of got easier, the day-to-day of being like, I've got to get up and look after this kid. I can't be like, what's the point? There is a point because she's like, what we're doing, like a 3-year-old doesn't know there's a pandemic. Yeah. So you've just got to get on with it.
Not only that, we found out we were having another baby a week before the first... It basically started. I was filming on this filming job, and I got the call. Fucking hell, off my wife saying she was pregnant.
Off your agent.
Yeah, I got the call from my agent. She said she'd been in touch with
Pete, got a new job for you here, mate. 9 months' time, you're gonna have to be wiping asses again, son. Okay.
That was proper Australian in the middle of that. Yeah, so we got that. So I had that proper fucking at the start of it, just going, oh shit, this is like I was literally like, I'm just gonna go and have to get a job like straight away, and then
What did you do?
Oh, the Rishi dollars came in. We're all good.
Rishi bags.
No, I was working quite a lot up to it, so it was all good. But
Are you still doing the radio stuff now?
I do bits. So Rock FM and Radio City. I do like their breakfast cover when someone's off, and but it's just like a week here and there.
So if you don't know, Pete's a comedian that we've gigged with for years, but you've also been doing proper broadcasting, fucking Rocket 97.4 Rocket FM.
I had a job on the radio for like two and a bit years, something like that, and then they just binned all the radio industry off, so that went.
So have you still been doing that throughout since the pandemic? Have you still been going in and everything?
Still been going in, yeah. So I probably get a week every 2 months, something like that. I go and do it. It's like just nice little.
Are you basically the stand-in teacher?
Yeah.
Are you the substitute radio DJ?
Me and another girl do it together now. A girl, not another girl. I'm not coming in. Yeah, I'm not coming in for an announcement. Just slip that one in. So we just do that, and then it's quite nice, really. Radio every day. Have you done radio? No.
I did.
Radio every day is fucking.
I got an audition, sort of. Do you remember what was the one in Oldham? Shanners did the breakfast show on the weekend morning show, and they were looking for cover, and they gave me a go on a Saturday afternoon. And I was like, I think I'm going to be really good at this. I think I've got this. Went in, did it, and they never got back in touch.
Really, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it went pretty well.
Yeah.
And they did not want to know.
Radio's one of those. You can feel like you fucking nail it and you've got a job going, and then you can feel like nothing's coming, and then suddenly there's like a big job, and you're like, oh shit, yeah. But it does. Like, when I did it, so I was on Rock FM on the Drive Time show for a long time, and for some context, Jordan North, who's quite famous now, I took over his job when he left, basically.
Yeah, and he's just done.
He's just an I'm a Celeb and all that sort of stuff. So he's on Radio 1 now. That was just for anyone who's not heard of Rock FM, basically. And so I did that. And you're just on your own, no producer or whatever for the afternoon show. It was like I was ready to go when I was done. If you're going from there to like gigs and stuff, and you're like, yeah, great. Because some days you're great. You put something out, and like loads of people get in touch, and then other days he's a bit like I swore on air one day and nobody rang, nobody said anything.
Oh, that's brutal.
I was like, oh shit, this is over. And then the next day I walked in, my boss was like, morning.
When were you even listening,
and
John?
it wasn't even like a little. So I was doing this thing about how we had loads of fish cakes in our freezer because content was rife. And it was coming up to Halloween, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to put fish cakes out. And I did this little bit where I was playing off, and I was like, yeah, the kids are coming up. They're like, what have you got? Have you got any sweets? And I'm like, no, we've got fish cakes. And they're like, no sweets. I'm like, nah, we've got fish cakes to fucking burn. Anyways, Sam Smith is up next, and like literally
if you want to take
was.
So that's how you know you just need some validation as a commercial radio presenter when you start swearing on on purpose just to feel like
just to
check if anyone's that was Kirsty with the weather. I fuck kids. And let's see if anyone gets back with me. Okay.
Yeah, and then sometimes they'd be like, you'd walk in and they'd be like, oh, great numbers. We've had our radios in, absolutely amazing numbers. I was like, really? Fuck.
We were talking before you got here today about like the potential of moving Have a Word to a channel of some sort.
Yeah.
Do you think
it's made up potential? There's not like, don't worry, no one's come in.
Commercial radio would let us do what we do because we're just from an experienced.
All right, so I'll give you. So I got a what's it called? Where you get a complaint, like an Ofcom complaint.
Yeah,
I got an Ofcom complaint once.
Yeah.
And so this is your base level, lads. This is where you're at, right? So, so every day I think it was the breakfast show used to give away £1,000 if people answered. I think it's 10 questions in a minute or something. They get them all right, they win £1,000. Playing that every morning, right? And I had to play it out every day on my drive time show. And first of all, commercial radio, you kind of like, you don't get that many links because you have adverts and all that sort of stuff. And then links you want as your own. So playing out someone else's content every day is a bit like, fuck's sakes, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to give it my own spice, right? And this woman won £1,000 and she was just like, like your fucking Manchester bit about being
the monotone.
Like, she was like that. And I think I came out of the link and just said something like, so that was Kerry from Preston, who's won £1,000 for being the dullest person on earth, or something like that. And just
you got an Ofcom complaint.
Yeah, because she rang in and was really.
Well, never called anyone dull.
Well, let me
maybe dull or maybe
counter with something that we had on recently. I sellotaped Mother Teresa's picture to my face, and Adam called her a cum guzzling whore.
I think Radio X is there for you, lads. I think that's where you're looking.
I didn't say she was a cum guzzling whore. I said if she ever got fucked, she might become one.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you emailed Smooth FM?
I think Classic FM's off the board. And now,
so that was the sort of like I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was something along the lines of
it was fairly
being
innocuous.
Really innocuous.
It was the kind of stuff that, as a stand-up comedian, would be the most gentle of barbs.
That was always the gear change. And I remember one woman who was quite matey with in the office came to me one day and she was like, she went, I talked to my auntie the other day about you. She hates you. I'm like just about to go on air, and I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. She says, oh God, that PE is horrible to people. And I was like, oh shit, really? Like, yeah.
Do you ever think people are Ofcom just want to write back and tell people to fuck off?
Do you know what?
Just grow up.
Yeah,
do you know what I always
shut up.
Do you know what I always get really confused by? You know when there's like a headline in the Daily Mail where it's like 134 Ofcom complaints for Love Island last night, and I'm like, where is the fucking crossover between people who are watching Love Island and people who complain to Ofcom? Like, where is that fucking diagram where they're in the middle going?
And 134 complaints out of a viewership of 9.2 million.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, who
that's
are these-
natural. Like, oh my God, can you believe 134 people complained? Who gives a fuck?
Every
are
one of
these
our
people, though,
episodes
that are
gets like
tuning in?
3 thumbs down on YouTube. It's probably like the same ratio, isn't it?
And it's the same 3 thumbs. I'm going to watch it.
Who are these
to
people
not
that are
like
tuning
it.
in though, going, yes, I want to see some fucking Adonis lad, some tits out girl. Oh, he slapped her ass. No, I'm fucking calling. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where is the fucking crossover there?
I love it when people write in and complain to comedy clubs. Because if you at home, you're on your couch, you've just finished your fucking chicken dippers, you're like, oh, I didn't like that. And you just like whinging, like, no, I'm going to fucking complain. But it's something else to go to a comedy club, take fucking umbrage with some joke or like aside or observation and go, right, well, I'm going to get home after my night of comedy, which was ruined, and write a complaint. And the most famous one at the Frog and Bucket
Phil Ellis one.
is when someone hand wrote out a letter of complaint saying, I enjoyed my night of comedy. We were in the front row with my husband and I, where the compere, Phil Ellis, called me a slag. I am a married mother of 2 and work in a care home. And I think you'll agree I am very much not a slag. You're like, I cannot believe she wrote it all out and then read it back and went, yep, I'm sending this.
Yeah.
I also think that, just because you're a married mother of 3 who works in a care home doesn't mean you can't be a slag. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to be, if you want to play around, she shouldn't be speaking for all married women of 3 who work in care homes.
Say all slag.
You shouldn't be speaking for all slags.
You're not the fucking MP for slags. The elected representative of
What is this,
Slagville.
Slag Southwest? No, you are not the king.
I tell you what, though, what a great place for a fucking stag do.
Slag Southwest.
Where are you going for the stag do? Dublin, Newcastle, Portland. We're going Slagtown.
Oh, right, I've heard it's really got a good strip this year. But also, like Phil Ellis, for anyone who doesn't know Phil Ellis, he's like, you wouldn't see him on stage doing 10 minutes and go, I'm going to take what that guy says seriously. Do you know what I mean? Like
He's so silly.
he just dicks around.
And when he calls someone a slag, that is the whole joke. He's really not antagonistic. He takes the piss.
Yeah.
He asks a really innocuous question. They answer and he goes, slag.
yeah.
Like, it's something like that. And
Yeah.
she went, I've got to write it. And fair fucks to the Frog and Bucket.
They framed it.
They got it. They framed it. They put it up in the dressing room. Mwah.
Do you know the kind of person that would actually get really offended by that? Someone who is secretly a slag.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know what?
that
I'm going to
is-
go out on a limb,
yeah.
and let's just, for the sake of this, hope she's watching.
Uh,
Me and Pete think you're a slag.
No,
Yeah.
I don't say.
oh dear. Can you get an Ofcom complaint for YouTube?
I'm not saying I think slag. I'm saying the sort of person that might get offended by it is someone who secretly is or was maybe one day.
No, I just think
one day,
Yeah.
just one,
Just one.
really busy day.
I don't think it's anything to do with what she is. I think she's just a dry, boring bell end.
It wasn't
Yeah.
that day.
I don't think she's like, oh God, I've sucked off 3 men in the
wasn't that
disabled toilets. Like,
I
I'd
once.
love us to get Ofcom stuff.
You've just turned me. You've just reminded me of the weirdest fucking start to a job I've ever had. Morrison's Cafe when I was 16. I walked in and
You are the second comic who sat on that couch who was working in
Lauren
Morrison's
Patterson.
Cafe. Yeah.
Yeah, I put on about 4 stone in a year. It was fucking amazing. It was like literally 2 sausages for them, 1 for me. What a slag.
slag.
I literally walked in. The
I'd
woman.
love to see you at the fucking
Mate.
the hot plate going, none passion for you, none passion for me. But, stop eating the sausages!
They'll bring in the sausages. The woman who worked there, literally like about half an hour into my shift, like little lull in the conversation, she just went, "I mean, it's the most people you've shagged in a day." What, different people? She was like, mine's 2. I was like, right.
Has she put the second sausage in the bomb?
I know people who don't like a quiet room. Do you know what I mean? Like an awkward silence.
Have you House of Interest, please?
Yeah. One, just the one. I think. Just the one. No, just the one. Yeah, just the one.
Mine's
Just
7.
The one.
17.
17.
Where were you?
17.
Where were you?
Croatia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a gay club.
Bowling.
At a gay club. Slag. Oh dear.
Yeah,
You were a bit of a man slag at one point, weren't you? Have you ever fucked more than one girl in a day?
Yeah, well, 2 at once, isn't it, though? Does that count?
Oh, I don't
No,
think you mean
no.
No? Oh, no? So you just went beetroot for...
No.
No? No.
Time for an advert, guys. I just, you know, when you're like, woo! No, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
What, did it go after midnight?
I sort of know so.
You know so?
Yeah, it was like a gremlin thing. It was after midnight. It wasn't like, right, you finished up, love. Right, there's a wet wipe. Off you pop. Deborah, welcome.
Is it 2?
Yeah, within 24 hours.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Festivals, you know what I mean?
Festivals. Yeah. I've never, festivals. Where are you bonking at a festival? In the tent?
It better fucking have be in the tent.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It can't be underneath the main stage, can it?
Day 1, though. No one needs a day 3 shag at a festival.
Oh, there isn't enough wet wipes to make that all right.
Yeah.
I found love on a Sunday. You're a dirty person.
Oh, my God. Yeah. No, I think, yeah.
Oh, that was a very dangerous little few minutes of my life there. Just felt very like, woo! I got a wife in the 3rd trimester.
That beer is making me a bit loose as well, because I was like, oh, yeah, let's talk
Should we have a beer for the last section?
I can't. I'm on antibiotics.
Oh, okay. Slag. All right, let's have a little interval.
Let's have a break. Let's have some money, cunts.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
Can I have an Estrella Galicia, please?
All right, everyone, this week's episode is brought to you by supremecbd.uk. They sell CBD oil. Maybe some of you are on the CBD train already. Maybe some of you aren't. CBD oil has got so many different uses. It can help with your mental health. It can help with your skin. It can help you sleep. It can help with aches and pains. A lot of people are starting to use this stuff now, and it's really, really helping people. We've got a 30% off code with Supreme CBD. That code, as always, is WORD, WORD. Head to supremecbd.uk right now and use the promo code WORD at checkout. Let's get back to the pod.
We are back. It's 97.8. Have a word, FM. We're in the studio with B.
Mama like
I just
that.
pressed any button and it was Mama like that. Sorry. We've got wacky buttons and everything.
Yeah, wacky as fuck, mate.
One's for death.
Right.
So, got a few.
Dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Would you like or would you rather? You've got a would you rather feel about you, sir.
I would rather like a would you rather.
And that's the kind of banter we do at 97.8. Have a word, cunt-based FM. Would you rather from Landry? This is from Landry. Okay.
He's always one of the first to comment on YouTube.
Good on you, lad. All right. Would you rather be able to pause real life or rewind it?
Oh, Bernard's watch.
So, you get a power. It's a weird superpower. It's Bernard's watch.
No, definitely.
I'm too old for Bernard's watch. What's Bernard's watch? Was it on kids' TV?
Bernard's watch was essentially he could pause his life, but he could still move throughout it.
So everyone else was paused, and he could like shimmy through. So like he could play cricket against himself was one of them. Like he'd bowl the ball, click his watch.
First thing I'd do if I could pause time.
Yeah, play cricket
I'd
against
set
himself.
up a cricket match. That's definitely what I'd do.
I would.
Hang on. What would you do if you could pause life? What would you do?
I would.
Put your hands up. Who is going straight to a bank like a fucking child?
right.
That's what everyone,
Oh.
Yeah, that's what everyone used to say.
think me
Like,
and
why is he
Carl
not
run
fucking
somewhere
Robin?
else.
We went straight to boobs.
Oh yeah, definitely boobs. Yeah, me and Carl went straight to boobs, and you were like, "Oh, money, yeah."
I went straight to the Champions League final in my head.
Such fucking children.
You went straight to what?
I went straight to the Champions League final.
So if I gave you the ability to pause time now, you'd go to the Champions League final.
No, I'd wait till Liverpool are in a Champions League final, pause it, push the striker. When it gets cut back for the tap in,
So
I just move people out the way and score the winner.
So the first thing you'd do is wait 3 years until they're in a Champions League.
You
final.
score the winner,
Yeah.
and no one had noticed.
So how it would look on TV was out of all of a sudden the ball goes in the box. There's a glitch in the fucking matrix, and a 29-year-old comedian goes, "Gerrard!"
You know that Sunderland match where it hits the fucking beach ball? It's like that, but Rowe just pops up. Like,
Do you know what?
And then
You know
he's
what
off
VAR
again.
is?
What?
No, it'd be quite an easy spot on VAR.
What would?
Oh yeah,
You have to make sure you were in merch. Like,
Yeah, I'd wear the full kit. I'd like carry Firmino off and put him in the dressing room.
And you'd think you were in for a bit.
I'd
Look like
just
Nat
come back.
Phillips
Could
a
you
little bit.
imagine if you accidentally unpaused time when you had Bobby Firmino? you were just halfway down the tunnel at the Champions League final. Everything's deadly silent. All the players are like pointing midair, and you've got not unlocked. Like Bobby Firmino was what 5'10", 5'11". You've got him over your shoulder, and then all of a sudden you hear noise, and you're like, "Oh fuck, I've accidentally unpaused that." And then you see his big Brazilian teeth, like, "What the fuck is happening?" Fucking hell, lad. I love it how you've got the power to pause time, and in yours you have to wait for Liverpool to, like 8 years go by. Adam's like, I'm gonna fucking pause the shit out of time.
No,
You could help them get there,
I
surely.
could pause things on the way and help them get to the Champions League final. So, like every game we play, I just like move their goalkeeper slightly out the way of the ball as he's about to save it.
Yeah, it's gonna look weird, isn't it? As the ball comes in, and then they're literally on the rewind, it'll be like.
No, but you could put like so you could move the ball so it looked like the ball was. You know, if you did it slowly, it would just look like the ball was
Just look like a bit of wind.
I've got a real problem with gust of wind here
big time.
in front of the cop, especially when the away team is shooting. The ball comes in, great strike. Whoop.
Yeah.
Where did boobs go? I'd love to know.
You want to look and touch tits?
I understand, but as grown men in relationships who have access with permission to boobs, what were you going to do with pausing times and boobs?
I've got to be so
You can
careful
this
here,
one,
haven't I?
Pete. You can go for this one.
I've got to be so careful here.
Yeah?
I think it's because, I'm going to put a caveat in which I'm going to save my arse here. I think it's because I watched this programme as a child/teenager when I wasn't married.
Yeah.
So that was where my immediate answer came from.
So it's
and
almost
when
like,
you weren't married as a child, you always had, but also you can look at boobs on the internet, but there's like...
It's nothing
fuck,
better
I'm
than
gonna
one
get
in
into trouble
HD
here.
right in front of your
but what
face.
I mean is there's
So
There's boobs.
So how do you see? Tell me how you see boobs.
right.
You can
as a
pause
teacher,
time.
as a child, like for instance, you might have a teacher where you're like, I wonder what her boobs look like.
Exactly.
So
Carl, he's with me. Yes, he's with me.
So there's a child.
We
he
know-
has,
we
he
know-
has Bernard's watch.
yeah.
He has
Geography.
Bernard's watch. Yeah. So you sat in.
I've just realised how fucking
It's-
rapey this is.
So I just want you to play it out.
It was so innocent in my own.
I know. Yeah, let's play it out.
Yeah.
Your kids.
Yeah.
You're in geography.
Yeah.
You've got Bernard's watch. You pause it.
Yeah.
You go up to the teacher.
No.
You unbutton her blouse. Take her bra off. Go. Well, this is illegal. Go, Chebs, teacher, Chebs. Then you put a bra back on.
Take a picture.
You obviously follow her home and wait until she's in the shower. No, but like,
Wow, you were all little mini
Take a
rapists.
Yes,
car
oh,
keys, you
absolutely.
hide in the boot.
I'm not
Genuinely,
saying
though.
I do this, by the way. I'm just saying I know what they're saying.
Yeah, genuinely though, I
know
think when
Pete's
you
saying
ask,
If you want to tell me that this is a sexist thing, you cannot
No,
tell
no.
me for sure that there's no one in an all-girls school having a look at Mr. Rogers'
Let's
dick.
not make it a battle of the
Mr.
sexes.
Roger, is that the one they're going for?
It's, I love it how Adam's like,
Old Dick Roger.
sexist thing.
Rogers told you.
we had a teacher at our school who was the head of history, and his name was Richard. And when he answered the phone when you were in detention, he would answer it, "Hello, this is Dickhead of History." And fuck me, he would literally, he knew what he was doing because he would look up and go like,
You're not allowed to
Who's
laugh.
fucking laughing then? Yeah, no, I would just like to go
This
back to that
is
boob thing
Dick
and just go
Head of history.
Hello, this is Dickhead of
Amazing.
History. That boob thing was my immediate answer, and I've just realised it's because that was really ingrained in me, like
As a child.
As a child, going, yeah, you want to look at boobs, and I want to look at that teacher's boobs. That's what I want to.
How does it work at a bank, the old pausing time? I have to admit,
Boobs?
the pause. No.
Oh,
guys.
oh.
I swear to God, it's like I'm talking to all the 12-year-old versions of you. Like, what boobs? What a geography? What Mrs. Chester's tits? I just want to see him. You know, I know it's sexual assault, but she's paused in time. She doesn't know. So is it sexual assault if she doesn't know?
Do you know the
There you
funniest
go.
thing?
Hey, if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, is it? So if I touch a teacher's tit and time is paused, am I a nonce?
Why is this still Scouse? He's there.
Nonce.
A child
It's
nonce?
the other way around.
Great, brilliant.
It's anti-nonce.
That was literally like arguing with a woman that like, oh, nonce, nonce. Ah, I've got you on the back foot now, sir. You said the wrong word.
Do you know the most
Well, a
amazing thing
nonce
about
is
that?
the worst thing you can be in the world, and a child looking at an adult's tits is the opposite of a nonce. So it's the opposite of the worst thing in the world, which means it's the best thing in the world.
Your
A child
reasoning-
looking at a teacher's tits means good.
mental. This is my business partner.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He's Adam Spazzy
I
Rowe.
would like to, and this could be, I mean, this could be like a YouTube video that goes viral type situation. I would love to see 12-year-old boys try and panic while they're trying to get a bra back on for the first time because they've never fucking touched one.
My God.
I can't fucking do the clock. I'm going to live here forever.
I really feel bad for the teacher.
Yeah.
There's a kid like sat back and sweating, looking all flustered.
The bra just drops.
As time starts again, and she's got like a bra wrapped around her head, one tit out, her hair's all like, oh, children. Oh yeah.
So that's definitely where. But I feel like they were asking for that. Whoa. I feel like
You've managed to get out of this, and you keep putting yourself back.
Back down the
Can I just? I feel like they were asking for that. Doing Bernard's Watch like as a kids TV program, going,
Yeah.
we're gonna make it possible for you kids to do anything, and all these little lads just going, yeah.
Genuinely, how useful is it? Like how would you rob a bank if you could pause time?
You'd have to like rob the drawers, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd end up robbing small independent businesses.
Yeah, you'd be just robbing like,
cash-only car washes.
Tax dodgers, fuck them.
How
They're all money launderers.
How depressing would that be as you tried to fucking rob the fish and chip shop and you couldn't get in the till and everything's paused around you and you're moving around?
How could you ever not get in the till? You just wait until she fucking opens it and then you press it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Good point.
I'd just rob old women's handbags.
Yeah. You can do that anyway. You don't need a watch for that. You need a claw hammer and a mask.
Oh, well. Fuck you now. I'm going to drive back to the Lake District after this. My little safe place.
How bad would things have to get for you to rob someone who's vulnerable?
Fucking hell. How is that a question?
Nope. You've been in a weird mood all day. It's like he's trying to find the line of where we can get our own show cancelled. Yeah. What
Do you reckon any of our sponsors watch?
Not convinced. Not absolutely convinced. Do you think Ribena is still involved?
You'd just go for like the ones you'd do a bit of searching with it, wouldn't you? You'd go and find really old pricks. You know, if someone's like really old and racist.
No, I'm not pausing time to rob old people.
No,
you
he's not talking about that.
fucking numpties.
He's not talking about that. He's talking about like if you are on hard times and robbing old people, easy money.
Yeah.
You find
you are
shites.
So
old racist nonce.
Right. So you've got to basically research to find out that they're like a racist
website you can go on to find out the sexual offenders near you. It's called noncenearme.com.
Is it?
Knock nonce
Is it is it .co.uk or .com?
It's noncenearme.com because it's worldwide.
Oh, right. Cool.
Put your postcode in. Tells you how many sexual predators there are in your area.
Yeah.
That's an actual thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's an app.
Yeah. It actually is a real thing.
Fuck off. I just thought you'd be an idiot.
No.
You can get an app and it shows you on your road who is on the sexual offender.
On your road.
It does. It says.
No, I know, but they're not on every road, are they? No. Like, it's not like
which one on your
7,
road?
14, 9.
But yeah, it says because you've got to sign and register for it to be public knowledge.
So it lets you know
once you've gone on it.
Yeah.
There's that thing in Raising Arizona where Jesus, the bowler, has to go around and tell everyone on his new street that he's a sex offender. And I was like, I honestly, again, through films, you think things are real. I thought you had to do that if you moved in as a sex offender.
Yeah.
Let your neighbours know that you were on the list.
You just
write nonce on your own house.
No, just knock on like
you just
moved into the neighbourhood. I've made you some banana bread. Enjoy that. Lovely with a cup of coffee. Just before I go, I am a sex offender. Okay.
Got kids? Okay, lovely stuff. Okay, smashing. Great stuff.
Probably get them to play in the back garden.
What would you do if you went on noncenearme.com and you checked your family out and you found out that their house was on the thing? It'd be horrible, that, wouldn't it?
What do you mean?
Like noncenearme.com, you put like.
I think finding have you actually? Are we just pissing around?
Is this a website? Trying to get the podcast.
I don't think it's called. I don't think it's called Nonce Near Me. I don't think it's called Nonce Near Me. I think it's like
it's not called Nonce Near Me.
No, it's not.
In fact, calling it over here, I'm going to give you that.
Yeah. Right, someone get that website, get the domain. Let's do it. But there is a you can check who's near you.
A Tinder for wrong'uns.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking for a wrong'un, but I'm not willing to travel more than 10 miles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Good word, nonce, isn't it? It's what would you do if one of your family members?
Yeah, if you found out like your uncle or whatever was like on the list, would you then bring it up with him? Because I don't think it tells you what they've
I'd
done
never fucking
on the
speak to
website.
it.
I
Oh,
don't
it
think it's
does.
like I don't think you get like
It does. There's a picture of them and their offence.
all of their offences.
It's a register.
So, like when you look at a football player and it tells you what they've won.
Like their appearances, where they've been.
Honours in the Wikipedia
2011, 2012.
career
does.
statistics.
Fucking hell, he got done in Benidorm. He's got an international cap.
It lists their offences and it has a picture of their face.
Christ almighty.
Just,
for protection.
beyond like your
Do
family,
they
because
get
that's
to pick
obviously.
the picture they use?
I think it's like no filter. It's like the passport pictures, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Yeah.
No filters allowed.
You can't take a selfie and put.
No, it'll just be like
can't put
a.
a Snapchat filter on where you.
Have you
look
never
like a
been
dog.
arrested? Have you never been
No.
arrested and had your mugshot taken?
No.
Have you not? Have you been arrested?
Have you?
3 times, yeah.
You've been arrested 3 times.
That's a weird segue from
What for?
nonsfinder.com.
Never been arrested.
No.
Fucking hell. Right, good.
What have you been arrested for?
First one was.
Oh my God, Pete.
I've talked about this on the thing in Australia where I pissed off a balcony.
Yeah.
There was a policeman stood below me. I say I pissed on the
Was that a
policeman.
true story?
Yeah. But I was pissing off a balcony and there was a policeman stood right there and he was like, right. Second one, drink driving, but didn't get done.
Right, but to be fair,
Because
you live in Cumbria and no
I
one
live
cares.
in Cumbria. We were quite far away. So this is just another story I do with stand-up, but I was 17. We'd gone to a beer festival. I drove us home. There was 6 of us in the car. My mate Sam was in the boot.
Can I just say, of your parents to let that ride? Right, guys, where you going? A beer festival at 17. Just got your license, Pete. Well, as long as you're the designated driver, I can't see a fucking problem.
Yeah. So my mate Sam was in the boot, just had a massive 10-inch gash on his head. Like I literally put my hand on his head as soon as he got out the boot, and it blood was dripping down my elbow.
What happened with the crash?
The car was quite heavy because it was overloaded.
And you were drunk.
And I was drunk, and there was.
Look at you blaming the vehicle. What happened with the
There
crash?
was no power steering. There was no. So we went through a wall at like 50 miles an hour.
Through a wall
Yeah.
into
A field.
family home?
A field. We're in the middle of nowhere, so we called for the police straight away. I was like trying to make myself be sick and stuff to try and get like alcohol on my bloodstream.
That normally helps as well. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
sick, so you
I
smell
was
more like
sick and
alcohol.
unconscious. There was a bottle of absinthe on the back seat that had gone all over everybody, so we were scared that was going to go up.
When the police turn up and they're like, "Can you smell alcoholic sick?" and he's
Yeah.
covered in vomit. I bet you he wasn't driving.
So we got to they came over, they blew me, and I blew up like massively, and then went back to the police
17
station.
as well.
But this was like quite a while later.
Oh, God.
I hadn't had that much, but and then we got back to the police station basically, and then they have to do the official one that's the legal one, and there's a legal limit and then a prosecuting limit, and there's 1 or 2 milligrams between, so that they can't say in court, well, maybe it was the dodgy
I know what you
thing. And I was in between the 2 limits at that was like 3 hours later, basically. So they sent me on a dangerous driving course. That was the second one. And then the
Jesus.
third one.
You got away. I tell you what, you got away. I know.
Oh, big time.
I know you've not. I know we're making light of it there. But if there's anyone that age
Yeah,
fucking
just
around,
don't do it.
Like,
Like,
it is.
yeah.
It's
police turned
such a killer.
The police turned up and she was like, so we went and saw her the next day so we crashed in the middle of nowhere in the Lake District, and my mate lived like 3 fields away, and he was like, look, there's too many of us here. The police are going to ask questions. I'm closest. I'm going to run home, right? So one of them ran home, right? And then the police turned up. It's like, yeah, normal 5 of us. Why has he got a massive gash in his head? Oh, there was a skateboard in the boot and it came up and hit him on the back of the head, we said, right? So then next day, my mate George, who'd run home, he was in the middle seat just with that belt on, and he was pissing blood. And so we had to go to take him to the hospital. Had to go back to the police station because at the hospital they were like, "You were here last night, weren't you?" Because I took him to the hospital and they were like, "Yeah," and they were like, "He wasn't here. Was he part of this crash?" And they were like, "Yeah." So took him and they were like, "You need to go and amend your statement at the police station." So I went to the police station and she was basically like, "Look, and this isn't. I wouldn't make light of this," but she was like, "We turned up and we immediately said this is multiple fatalities. Like, no problem at all." And then obviously wasn't, but
Yeah.
awful. So yeah, so that was the second one. And then
Third one was that murder a couple of
Third
years
one was
ago?
the murder. Yeah, murder.
Different rules in Kendall, innit?
not
Different rules
o'clock.
in Kendall.
No.
Australia, piss on policemen.
Yeah.
You drink drive, you get away with it.
Yeah, and then and then I just called a policeman a cunt, basically. Yeah,
You called him a cunt.
yeah,
Did
but
he
there was
do
a
something to
reason.
deserve it?
I was a bit pissed off with the police at the time.
Where was this?
in Kendal.
Were you at the Black Lives Matter parade?
That was just a bit.
I
pissed.
saw it. It really kicked off in
Yeah,
Kendal,
yeah.
the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
They really got behind it.
Basically, I don't know. This is comedy podcast.
Come on, no, but it's good. 'cause
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you-
All
if
right, all
it's-
right. So-
if it's all shtick,
Yeah.
it lacks a bit of
All
backbone.
right. So my
Funny first, interesting second.
Yeah, this.
You know what I mean?
I'll say this next sentence. You two will go, "Ooh, okay." So my old man died in a car crash, and he died in the middle of the Lake District.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, there we go. And
Another dead parent story.
yeah,
We've
dead
done quite
parent
a few
crew.
of these,
Hang
haven't
on.
we? We've done mine, done yours.
Yeah.
Eshan's ma's
Yeah.
I
dead.
knew I'd press it.
just down there. Yeah. Just a little joke, lads. Come on.
You're all right, lad?
So this was like on the Friday or something, right? And on the Sunday, the next day, so my old man's died in a car crash. And the next day, I log on to Twitter and I follow our local police force. And the local, there's like a police officer who's taken a selfie at the bottom of my dad's crash site, going, "Lovely view from the office today." So I obviously and tweeted it out of
definitely
the
not allowed.
official fucking police. So obviously I went nuts, and for a little while after that, I was a little bit fucking pissed off with the police.
So genuinely, this guy took a selfie.
Woman, yeah, she took a selfie. Like obviously the crash wasn't in there, but I knew where it was. She was like, "Oh, this pass in the Lake District is closed today. What a lovely view from the office I'm having, though," or something like that. And I.
And what was
fucking
what was
lost my
her
shit.
thinking there? That
It
it
was
raises
like-
awareness of like, don't crash around
No,
here.
not even a crash, but just like
Content is king.
They literally try and do content, don't they? They try and do like friendly stuff. And I personally, since then, I've got a bit of a fucking bee in my bonnet, obviously. Personally, since then, I feel like official Twitter accounts like that should just be for official things. It's not like, you know, when it's like, "Oh, have you seen this police account that's having banter with so and so or something?" I'm like, nah, fucking
Yeah,
bin
because
that
of course, any official account is. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a tech issue when the camera went. Just as we were getting to a fucking juicy bit, slagging off police Twitter.
police Twitter.
So
it
tell
is-
us once again, Pete, why are the police overfunded?
But it is just some 23-year-old who does the media account, isn't
definitely.
it?
Or
So he's
like-
like, "Oh my god, this will be great." When football clubs get annoyed because the football Twitter account did banter, and it was like, "It's fucking disgusting. You shouldn't do it." It's not the club, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's some bellend going.
But also, when
This
it's a
is
football
good.
club, like it's a football club, like they're not like, it's
Yeah.
not publicly, you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah.
When it's the ballers.
When it's the fucking police.
It does
fucking
seem weird
Polish.
for the police to be having banter
Banter.
about deaths and stuff, doesn't it?
About anything. I feel like just
Yeah.
anything. Just like.
Just shut up and be the police.
Without being a dick. Like, just get on with your job. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not. Your
Yeah.
job isn't banter. Like,
And if you're one of the bell sniffs that follows your local police constabulary, then you're part of the problem as well. Like, who do you follow? Get some absolute cracking banter from fucking West Yorkshire Police. That's great.
yeah. No, definitely. And then, like, yeah, you see him, like, go viral now, don't you? Because, like, policeman's done a fucking funny reply.
But just to go back to why we brought this up in the first place.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got arrested for calling a police person a cunt.
So me and my now wife were on our way home after like a big afternoon drinking.
Yeah.
It was like 11 at night.
best.
Driving again.
Yeah, driving.
Has not learned his lesson.
I just stopped for a piss. We were walking up to my mum's house, and literally we're like 200 yards away or something. And I think we're having an argument over pizza, and the police stop because like two people are arguing in the street on a Sunday night. It's not like classic.
Did the police stop for that in
classic
Kendal?
comedian. Yeah.
Because in Liverpool, they were just driving right past that shit.
And so she's going, no, he's fine. He's absolutely fine. Don't worry. And then they're going, I think they were wanting to check that she was all right. And then,
Which is fair.
yeah, which is fair. And then their boss turned up, and Emma literally went, "Look, we're going to that house there, like 200 yards away. Just let me get him there. He'll fucking fall straight asleep. I'll eat the pizza. Don't worry." And he went, "Right, just go home right now, and we won't do anything." And apparently I just turned around and went, "Yeah, well, you're a cunt, aren't you?" And he was like, "Oh, I've got to arrest you now, haven't I?" Like, that's literally
You're
like,
not allowed
yeah.
to call the policeman a
Not allowed
cunt.
to swear at them, I don't think. No.
What?
It's like one of
They're
those.
grown. I hate adults who don't like a swear word, you know. Like, you should be allowed to call the police whatever you
law?
want to call
But
them.
would you should
Think?
if
Yeah.
it's their job, should they have to take that off you? I think.
Yeah.
I'll put it here now. I think it's absolutely fair enough that I was arrested.
Right. No, I think you should have been.
No, you can't say whatever you want to an officer of the law.
What if
can
they
you?
are being a cunt?
Yeah. I mean, that's
The issue there is he wasn't, was he?
that probably has happened historically,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah. My dad called the policeman a gobshite, didn't he? I told you that story when I got done for wasting police time. Didn't get arrested. Yeah. And basically, I told the police I'd been mugged, which I had. And they went, well, we don't think you have. And if we look into it even more and we find out you definitely haven't, then you'll get a criminal record and this forever. And this was in my dad's living room. And my dad just went, he's being a gobshite. Just fucking pay the fine. Tell him to fuck off. Just move on with your life.
Yeah.
And they didn't do him.
No.
Because he was actually talking to you about him.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah, that is clever.
That's a little. Apparently, that's a little rule. As long as you're not looking at the police officer.
Yeah.
Well,
you won't turn to stone.
love.
That's how it
Listen,
works.
we will go home, but I just want you to know, not looking at him, that he's a cunt.
So that was my my 3 arrests.
How fucking what a wuss that I've never been arrested. I feel like
I feel like it is surprising that I've been arrested though. Like I feel like
you were one of the more
in this room.
Yeah.
But that it's
I feel
you.
like I feel like I'm a bit of a fanny really. No?
Who are you looking at?
No,
I'm very
I don't know.
respectful when I need to be.
I mean, you were both quite surprised to be fair that I didn't been arrested at all. So I think 3 times.
No, I wasn't.
Well, you're an edgy radio presenter, but you're not the harshest comedian we know. You are married with 2 children,
Yeah.
and you live in the fucking Lake District.
Yeah, close to the Lake District.
You're not
in,
exactly
actually.
like Omar from The Wire, are
No.
you? So
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what I will be arrested for, because it's going to happen, innit? What I mean? I wonder what it'll be.
it's not going to be drugs.
Nope. No, I don't take drugs. I'm not going to rule out selling them.
I can't see that in your
No, I
immediate
can't see
future.
it.
I mean, you basically drive between Runcorn and West Derby, so you're not like top of the mule list.
I think-
Lad, take this package over the fucking Mersey flow.
I feel like
We've
your
got
best.
4 kilograms of heroin, but we're not paying the fucking toll. Nightmare.
Send row. I feel like your best chances during COVID, just fucking like.
Yeah, having another house party.
Yeah.
Got away with the first one.
Bubble?
What?
Bubble.
Fucking bubble bath, lad. Fucking bubbles everywhere, lad. I didn't do that, of course. I didn't do that.
Everyone doesn't know. Anyone who follows you on Instagram's like, yeah, Adam, all right.
Oh, I haven't done anything.
All right, cool.
No.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
No, you made a joke and I was making a joke as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
You're full of cum bubbles. Anyway.
If I was single and didn't have kids and wasn't married and stuff, fuck me, I'd be
Breaking the rules.
not living by the rules that are in place.
Yeah,
at the
but
minute.
the thing is, you live in Kendal, and as we've just learned, the rules don't really apply to you lot anyway.
I tell you where they don't apply. Talking about drink driving and stuff. I went and worked out in Australia for a while on a farm, and the farmer was a bit of like a local celeb. And one time he got arrested, pulled over for drink driving. And he goes, so we'd just been at the cricket club all afternoon. He's had a couple of beers or whatever. But literally, I mean, you're driving like in Australia. It's like in a fucking desert and it's a straight line back to his house.
Where was it in Oz? It's not like built up Sydney suburbs.
It's like 4 hours outside of Melbourne, 4 hours east of Melbourne, a place called Gippsland. It was like proper dairy farmer country. And that's what I was doing. I was milking cows, right? So we drive from this, fucking, he's probably had like too many beers than he should, but like they drink them that big over there. So it's like nothing. Driving away, gets pulled over. And the policeman comes to the window. He goes, "Oh, Ian, you're right, mate." He's like, "Oh, fucking hell, we know this guy then." And he goes, "Oh, have you had a drink?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah." So he blows his thing and it blows up as well. He goes, "Oh, mate, you're lighting up like a Christmas tree." And he goes, "Well, I've just had a fucking sip, so can you do it again in 5 minutes?" Like he's literally drinking on the wheel. He's going, "Oh, yeah, that's fine." Chatting away, and then they blow him again, and he goes, "That'll do." And that's it. And they just send him on his way.
I got told by my barber.
But it's literally like, I honestly think, and that's not making light of like drink driving. I think country Australia is like a different fucking.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's literally like living in a fucking desert. Do you know what I mean? Like if he come off the road, he's not doing anything. Do you know what I mean? He's like,
over here, they have to wait 20 minutes after your last drink to breathalyze you. My barber told me that.
oh really?
So if they go, when did you last have a drink? If you go literally 5 minutes ago, they have to wait 15 minutes before they breathalyze you. Gives you more time to sober up.
Yeah.
And then they come back.
I mean,
and
but
go,
if
"I've just
you're
had
way
another."
over, it's just, you're still done, aren't you? But there's a chance it could
Yeah,
bring
if
you
you've had
down.
if you've had like 2 or 3 pints,
Is it fair to
say you've just finished?
that agricultural communities have a slight issue with drink driving and the rules on drink driving? Because once you're in the country, you're like, I know those rules apply, but not really to us, because
I mean, I've
in like a
never done
10 square mile radius, there's me, Farmer Jones,
Yeah.
and Farmer... Like,
I've never done it again, but that was definitely my thinking when I was 17 years old. Like we took the country lane home. Do you know what I mean? Like there was a dual carriageway we could have gone.
Yeah, and then in
there was a
rural
fucking-
Australia, it's just another
I
level.
know someone
Absolutely.
who was told that. So I know someone who served in the army, and he served in Iraq. And when he come back, he was speeding on the motorway, and he had a drink, and he was pulled over by the police, and was getting interviewed and stuff. And the policeman seen on the back of his, the back of his car on the back seat, like his army uniform. I was like, what's that? He's like, oh, I just got back from Iraq. And he put the breathalyzer away and was like, oh, I can tell you're not drunk. Yeah, get off the motorway or someone else will pull you over. Take the country lanes home.
Yeah, drink driving on the motorway is not the same thing as rural Britain or Australia, is it? If you're pissed and you're on a motorway,
This person wasn't pissed, but he was over the limit. It was
it's
like
the
3 pints
most dangerous place you can be in
ridiculous.
it. Like,
Ridiculous.
oh, fucking hell. Shall we have a word to wrap this off, as it's, a tradition, old boy?
in. We should. It's the title of the show, Daniel.
It's time to have a word with Adam and Dan.
Tell us all the problems
You have with your friends.
This was going to be the whole podcast.
And now it's just the final 10%. Have a word. Right, want to keep this anonymous. Fucking hell, guys. Grow some balls, man. Put a name on it. Give him a name.
Is it a man or a woman?
Don't know.
Sam.
Weird. Weird that you'd pick that one. Okay, right.
That's a really good point, actually. Billy.
Okay. This is from Billy Piper.
Could be Elliot or Piper, yeah?
Yeah. Have a word. Want to keep this anonymous. My name is Billy, Elliot or Piper. Eilish. So I'd like you to have a word with my boyfriend. He has a girl best friend, which any other time I would be okay with. It's a female. Guys, it's female. We've got 3 female listeners. Let's concentrate. However, they have a bit of a romantic history, and she has made it very clear to me that she's still strong feelings for my boyfriend and that she does not like me at all. My boyfriend does not see an issue with this. There have been times where they arrange to do something, then last minute he will fuck off to go and be with her. Once or twice, I wasn't asked about it, but it's all the fucking time. She even has the audacity to message me and let me know my boyfriend is with her and I don't have to worry. She rubs it in my face every time I do eventually see him and she's there. So please, can you have a word with him? Because it makes me feel like pure shit and makes me think he still loves her. Also want to clarify, this was going on before lockdown and I just don't want it to happen again whenever Bojo lets us the fuck out. Thanks. From Billy Piper.
Batman. No.
I mean,
like, I'm sorry. I don't consider myself the jealous type, but fuck that noise, mate. Like, new.
Has your missus got male close friends?
No.
No.
Killed them all. Gone. Dead.
They're all dead.
Yeah. All mysterious
dead.
accidents, terrible stuff.
They were in the fucking boot as well.
I tell you what, though, I've got some female friends
Yeah.
that I'm still mates with, but nothing like.
What have you been with them though?
No.
Exactly. Nah. That's the kicker, isn't it?
Oh, one of my best men was a woman.
Right, yeah.
I had 3 best men and a best woman. Kate John was, although she was really going to be a groomswoman, and she went, mate, give me this because I really want to be a best woman. Can you give it me? I was like, yeah, all right, fuck it. She wanted it more than it would have bothered me to go, nah.
Yeah.
So she was best woman. I also had Mulgs was one of my groomswomen.
Yeah.
Kate Mulgrew is one of my really best mates. My friend Kate John is one of my best mates. The proviso of that friendship is that you have never stuck your dick in or around them or want to.
Yeah.
It's just,
absolutely.
as Adam says, that is the bottom line.
Yeah.
If you would Bernard Watcher, then it can't. then you cannot be friends with her anymore. If she's even in your top 10 of the Bernard's watch, right? then you are not allowed to be anywhere near her anymore.
No. It's just can't happen, can it?
No, he's being. We've had this is the second one of these.
Really, yeah.
Where we've got boys, we've got girls. I love it that girls watch our stuff and listen as well. And I think because we're 2 guys on a podcast and we talk a lot of shit. But if you call out country, you call out country, don't you? Like, we're not. Like, the first one before you got here was basically a case of a guy going, I know we split up a while ago, but I still want to fuck you, and then not being in a relationship with you. So that's shithousery, isn't it? And this is not good.
No.
Are we having a word with him?
Yeah, he's got to fuck one of these women out of his lives. out of his life. Do you know what I mean? He's either got to stop being mates with that one, or jib his missus off.
Like, I think the thing is as well, like, are they in like a friendship group? Do you know what I mean? That's all right. You can see them in a group situation.
They're not though.
Nah,
These two women
tight.
hate each other.
Yeah.
They don't like each other at all.
Laura's got no mates that are guys.
Yeah.
And when we met 6-7 years ago, I was like, oh, why is that? Because I've got my mate Claire, Kate, Mulgs. And she was like, because they always try and have sex with me.
Yeah, fair.
And like, she didn't say it in an arrogant way in any way. But Laura's beautiful. But like, she just, it always gets weird. If she's mates with a guy from work and they get on really well and they've done it under the guise of like, oh no, we're mates, I'm a mate from work. And then inevitably, work's night out, they do the lean in.
Yeah.
The old works do lean in. Well, what about? So she just hasn't got any male friends.
I think I've actually only got one real, like, that I would meet for a drink outside. You've met her, my mate Lauren.
Oh yeah,
And
she's well sound.
yeah, and also we all went to school together, me, her, and my missus. So it's sort of different in it. Like, they know each other, they're mates. So that's sort of different, anyways. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, that's eggy as fuck.
Yeah. It just like,
Once you stuck the dick in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would say is, we're having a word with him, but it's down to you, mate. And it was the same with the first email. You know, if you're writing in, like, all you're doing when you're writing in is going, I know what the problem is. Like, you're asking us for a judgment and we're going, yeah, of course.
yeah, but what she's doing is she wants to be able to go to him and go, well, they agree with me, dickhead, so you can keep all the argument to yourself. Literally, these three cunts sat in a fucking cupboard in Runcorn think you're a dickhead as well. It's not just me.
And we've got female friends and we get it. But if you're with someone and you love them, there's a lot of trust involved in that, and they go, mate, can I just say that I know you're mates with her, but you have fucked her and she is a weird, like, she's weirdly bitchy with me and it makes me feel insecure. If you turn around and go, nah, you're talking shit, then that's not on, is it?
No,
to play devil's advocate, like, really quickly though, like,
That's what we're here for.
surely if he wanted it, like, he'd have carried on doing it.
I think he is.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
100%.
Is he
honestly,
is he tupping on the side?
This have a word just lulled a little bit as we came to a really normal sort of agreed conclusion. There was a part of me after doing this with Adam for so long that was like, that's weirdly not satisfying that Adam hasn't accused someone, and then right at the end you're like, no, he is. He's fucking someone.
He's shagging her.
No, look, you can't tell me.
No,
that,
I agree.
you can't tell me that there's nothing. At least, like.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not necessarily saying he's knobbing her and she's fucking.
Do you know what, as a man?
Biffing him.
I would find it. Let me get this right. Right. I think I would find it hard to be around a woman who I knew wanted me if I wasn't gonna.
Right.
Is that right?
Is that the reason you don't go to gay clubs? Pete?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because when you're around men that just want you, you're like, oh God.
I totally agree with what you're saying.
I mean?
No,
I'm not saying I'd even be tempted, but I feel like it would bring in like a level of temptation, even if I didn't fancy it. I'd be like, well, if I could. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it would always be there in the back of your mind. Does that sound?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm trying not to get into trouble on here.
No, but you're right. And any man who says otherwise is like, no, I just like the fact that I know that I'm attractive, and I just know they're talking shit.
I wouldn't even want it in my parameters. I'd be like, no, I don't even want to know if anybody likes me.
Hey, and also we're not talking about being mates. Like you in life, you've got your partner's mates, you've got old friends, you've got your mates' girlfriends. You've also in comedy, there's loads of attractive like comedians, and there's people who work behind bars and in management and in promotion and everything. But being best mates means that at points you will be like there'll be intimate moments, won't there? Where it's just you two watching a film. Yeah. It's just you two at the end of a night out. It's just you two like, oh fuck, I can't get a taxi back. It's so late. Uber's not working. I'll stay in the spare room. That's being close friends. There are some people who you're like, listen, I know we're sound, but I can't be in those situations with you because it's entrapment.
Yeah,
it's not even about the temptation thing. It genuinely,
I don't think
if he wants to be with,
I feel like just like
no, but if he wants to be with this girl who's written in, he's got like look, some men and some women are absolute insecure, psycho, control freak gobshites.
Yeah.
And she isn't. Do you know what I mean?
She's got every right.
So if he wants to be with her, he's got to accept that she's not comfortable with this and that it's reasonable for her to not be comfortable with it. It's not like she's going, listen, right, you're my boyfriend. If you see a woman in the street, you cross the road.
Yeah,
she's not doing that.
yeah.
She's going, you know that woman you fucked a couple of times, whose number you've got, and you keep cancelling plans with me to go and see.
And keeps being eggy with me.
I'm just like not saying it's a deal breaker, but I have written into my favourite podcast to see what they think. Like, she's being...
I'm not calling anyone a cunt. I just wanted to back the fuck off a little bit. Yeah, we've all been with those girls who are like, did you just look at her? You're like, yeah, because we're in Wilco's and she works here. She's at the fucking cashier. Like, yeah, I love those
My
girls.
first girlfriend hit me in the head with a handbag. And it was a Scouse Girls handbag as well. They have metal chains on and they're full of shite. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Because I gave Carl's girlfriend a hug on a night out.
Slag.
Yeah.
I know someone who.
Oh, no, I didn't mean... I meant... God, Carl. Fuck, I love your missus.
Yeah, like,
you know.
his missus was getting off and I went, all right, see you later, give her a hug. And she's like, did you hug him? Yeah.
It's Wilco's all over the
Got kited in the head with a fucking Machino bag.
Yeah, no, this isn't that, is it?
No, she's...
I had a mate who
she's
we
right.
played football for an hour and he had like 167 missed calls, and we worked out that his partner had literally been ringing him like ring, voicemail, straight down, like for a whole hour, and he just sat there and his phone was still ringing. He was like, they'd been seeing each other for like 2 weeks, and he's like, what the fuck is going on, mate? This isn't that, is it? It's nowhere near that.
Do you know what though? The 167 missed call girl, at least she did it in the first 2 weeks.
At least you let him know early.
Listen.
This is
I've
who I
been
am.
able to hold it together for the first 5 dates, but I am a fucking lunatic. You're at 5 aside. That's 4 dicks you could be sucking right now. Admittedly, I don't play 5 aside and I don't know the rules of football.
It's actually 9 if you can get the other team involved.
Yeah.
That's without
at
subs.
least she got all that fucking crazy right in the shop window at the start of the sale. Good on her.
Yeah.
Because it's the really mental ones are like when you
ones who are like,
sign the
no.
lease on the fucking rented property,
Yeah.
and then the night in you're like, wait, so we've got our first flat together, and she's like, and another thing.
So you'd rather
Yeah,
the psycho
big
come out
time.
early?
Honestly, get all of your psycho
Yeah.
out early, because some guys
Get it on the table of who you
some
are.
girls, they want the jealousy, they want, and I'm not talking about the nasty stuff, I'm talking, there's some people thrive on all the bananas and all the drama.
Yeah.
They want a girl who's like, well, yeah, man. And some girls want the guy who's like, hey, you better not fucking look at him. Most people don't, but they want that. But at least if it's all out early, you can make that decision.
think
It's a
you're right.
fucking nightmare when you've been with someone for ages and then you're like, oh my God, is she cutting her own fringe crying in the living room? Yeah, that was a very honest moment.
That felt so real. And I was like, I looked at Carl like, this is the real one. And then you went, yeah, that was real. That one.
You've gone so red.
That was real. I was like,
And we are still sponsored by Ribena.
I'll
we
save you
signed
for
a
one.
12-month contract.
The thing is, though, right, I don't want any of that. I genuinely just want a nice, trusting relationship where you both are like, no, do you know what? Don't do shit like this, because this makes you an asshole. But, you know, I've got girl mates, you've got lad mates, that's all fine. But at the same time, I do find it attractive if I'm fearing for me life a little bit. That's why, like, Alice Morgan from Luther is like my dream woman. And it's not the actress, it's the character. If there's a risk that you might be knifed to death in your sleep, that turns
I've
me
never
on a
seen
bit.
anyone clap their hands and close their eyes. That was literally
But I
right.
know what you mean, because all of the cray-cray ones are the fun ones. And they're usually beautiful, because let's be honest, you have to be. If you're going to eat half the cheesecake and throw the rest away, even though you don't like cheesecake, you've got to be at least an 8. That's how it rolls. You've got to be hot to act like that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you were like a 3, like, oh, where have you been? You'd be like, oh, fuck, you're gone. You're gone on the first date. So
Yeah.
it is fun. It is exciting to be like, oh, you're exciting and scary. having rode that roller coaster and got off in my late 20s and then met someone who is sound beautiful, we have a laugh, we're into each other, and you get to ride that fucking like roller coaster, which isn't a roller coaster. It's so much better.
It's the hot crazy scale, isn't it?
It's
hot crazy scale. So you got your graph.
Oh, here we go.
With hot, crazy, and you've got the lines. You have to be as hot as you are crazy.
Absolutely.
But if you are more hot than you are crazy, so this above the line
Holy
up here,
shit.
the above the line up here, this is perfect because this means
you're doing Sports Illustrated and you're also drinking beers and watching the game.
Yeah. But if you're down here, do you know what I mean? This is, you know.
What are you looking at her for?
This is Susan Boyle with an Uzi, innit? Do you know what I mean?
I love it. I love the fact that you managed to get a weapon in, and it sounded like the first part of Susan Boyle's name.
Susie Boyle.
Susie with an Uzi. Take that to the bank.
Susie Uzi Boyle.
We are not going to top that. Pete, during the first lockdown, you started doing some artwork and selling it.
I did indeed,
and
yeah.
I purchased that amazing print. And it's going up in our downstairs bathroom because it's lovely. And I buy a lot of stuff thinking that Laura's going to like it.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is going to end up in my garden office where she doesn't care to see things. And she loves it. And it's going up.
She doesn't mind looking at it when she's having a shit.
My mate's got one up in his toilet and he takes a selfie every time he has a shit with it behind him. Look where I am again.
Thinking of you.
Yeah. You just reminded me of your Baby Blue story, sorry.
What Baby Blue story?
I can't remember it, but every time I hear the words Baby Blue, I think, Baby Blue.
Navy blue.
Is it Navy Blue?
I saw it. It's been a stupid catchphrase of mine that all my mates, Laura, all my family know it, that if you're ever on the toilet and you're within earshot of someone, you ask them to ask you ask me what my favourite colour is.
Yeah, that was
and they go, what's your favourite colour? And then you strain and go, navy blue. And it's not that funny if you do it once. It's not that funny if you do it twice. But if you do it every time you have a shit within earshot of someone since 2003, it really starts building some fucking momentum.
So they ask you what your favourite colour is?
I think it was on a late night TV show. It was just some gag with two old ladies. They're in the toilets and they're asking each other about the dresses. And you don't know where the joke's going, but eventually it gets like, oh, I like that dress you were wearing, Morag. Which one? The green one? No, not the green one. Oh, I can't think of which one I tried on. Oh, you mean the other one? Yeah, the one that was navy blue. Now, not the best joke ever, but I committed to that as a catchphrase, a pooing-based catchphrase, so early, and I didn't even know that you knew it.
It's because you told me about it once.
Oh, because we were skiing together.
We went skiing, and I thought about it recently because my daughter was outside the toilet as I'm sat there the other day, and she's running around asking me where her dummy is, and I'm sending her in different directions, and then suddenly I go, "Is it under the stairs?" Because I didn't know it was coming, and then suddenly it was there, like mid-conversation. I was like, "Navy blue."
Yeah.
See, this is how alien this is to me. Because the reason you have to do that and the reason you had to do that
It's because there's some level of strain.
is because you have to put a bit of effort into the poo coming out, isn't it? Whereas what I do is I sit down and then...
Yeah,
it's a different joke with Adam. Like, did you like that dress I tried on? Which one? Navy blue! Not as
Navy
fun
blue.
Not as fun.
Yeah, I fucked my own plug then, didn't I? You were plugging my stuff, and then I...
So Pete does this amazing artwork, is what we were saying, and I shit looking at it. Yeah,
yes, that's where we're at.
You know?
Yeah. Every piece is navy blue.
Do you want to give it its shout out?
Where can they find it?
It's just on Instagram. Otway Art.
POTWAYART.
Yeah, that's it. And then there's a little website from there.
Could we slide a graphic? Is that going to be too much to ask, guys? If we could slide a...
No, we can slide that in. We've got a two-man production team here, kids.
We'll slide that in. Yeah. Not hair. Hair.
That's making it easy.
Hair.
Keep moving it.
Yeah.
No,
Up here.
no.
Put it over there.
Hair.
The camera's on Pete right now.
Pete Otway, I say this every time when it's a proper mate that's in. It's such a fucking laugh talking to a mate, and It's been a pleasure having you on.
It's been great.
Thanks for coming in, old boy.
I'm very sorry, guys, about the tech issue. Sorry to you as well, Pete, about that. We're going to get that sorted there on camera.
I don't think they're going to give a shit about it.
No.
It was annoying for us, but for them it'll be like, click.
Yeah. I got to go and have a poo while that happened as well.
And what's your favourite colour? Doesn't work, sorry.
Turquoise.
Turquoise. It's not as good.
Is that really your favourite colour?
I like a bit of teal. Yeah.
Teal's my favourite colour.
Fucking nonsense thing you said for ages. Like a bit of teal.
Teal is my favourite colour.
What's wrong with teal?
There's nothing wrong with teal.
Not
It's just
to
a bit of
not.
a surprise. You don't seem like the kind of guy who's going to be like, love a bit of teal.
That's mad that we have the same favourite colour.
Honestly,
Fucking yes,
it's
lad.
so connected.
Yeah. I like black as well.
Okay.
Why'd you make that awkward?
Black's a shade.
Of teal. Really dark teal. I like
Really, really dark teal. Till you can't see it.
Feel like we better get out of here because this beer's sinking in. Thanks everyone. Check out the Patreon and all that usual malarkey. Adam, you got anything to add?
We're going to do a quiz this month, aren't we? Sensei Carl's quiz is going exclusively on patreon.com/haveawordpod. We're going to get guests asking guest questions. We're going to do a round each, me and you. There's going to be a lot of videos, interactive questions.
Yeah.
Carl's going to do his. It's just going to be a fucking mental quiz. It's going to be dead good. And it's going to be exclusively on Patreon because we look after the people who pay for our lecky.
Give my other YouTube thing at Show Me a Sample a little look where me and my mate Felix Leiter talk about tunes and the samples from it. Is that us?
My stand-up special has hit 90,000 views. I want it to hit 100 soon, so go and watch that again. Don't even have to watch it. Just go and press play.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Pete. Thank you very much.
Smashing. Thanks for having me.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye.